Tell me you got chat. We're
live.
Welcome everybody to the STD podcast.
And we got chat too. Hell
episode 14.
All right. Hell yeah.
We have survived the hot sauce from last week.
Oh man.
All of our buttholes have returned to normal.
Oh.
So we are here regularly scheduled time.
I'm so glad I worked at noon instead of my usual 8 a.m. shift.
That was the worst day of my entire life.
Oh, that was terrible. My stomach.
I shit my fucking Saturday maybe 7 times, 8 times. I yacked and
I was good by I'm sorry you threw up, but I was good by noon. But in the middle of the night, I had to get up and take some Tums and drink some milk or something.
I just yacked. I had a bag in my bed, man.
What did your wife say that night?
Oh, she was just asking what exactly we ate. I was going through Facebook and showing her. I was like, it's dumb.
I was my daughter crashed upstairs. We were just fucking. She was up there for about 10 seconds. I started yakking. She's like, "Yep, I can't. I'm not sleeping up here tonight." She just went back downstairs.
Hopefully, it didn't burn too bad.
You good? You're live.
I'm good. Yeah, like I said, I'm just glad I work later than I usually do on a Saturday. I usually work at like 7 or 8 in the morning. There would have been no way, man. I mean, I would have done it, but it would have been terrible. Just my stomach. Just I don't know if you guys, but my stomach. It felt like it was just cramping up. I never did that before. It was just bad. And I think the milk didn't really help either. I felt the milk turn my stomach up too, but
you can't drink too much milk too, because then you get bloated from it.
If you drink more than a gallon of milk, don't you end up puking anyways?
Yes.
It's like because of the milk challenge, lactic acid, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not doing the milk challenge.
No, I ain't gonna do help.
If you're out there in chat land, somebody type something so we can see the chat. It looks like the chat is working, but I haven't seen my type yet. But hello to whoever's out there.
All right.
So Don, what's up, buddy? How was your week, man? How was your last weekend?
Oh, we're gonna start with me this time.
Yeah, let's
this is a change of pace. Usually, I get skipped because we get into other subjects. Well, let's start first things first. I am going back on stage.
Paul, what's up, buddy? All right, you're going back on stage. Good
Sunday night, I'll be doing just a little pop-up spot. It's been a couple months since I've actually done anything like that, and it's not in Lakewood. So I don't have to deal with any of these pretentious-ass little sissies. Lakewood comedy sucks.
It's the same fucking 8 people, dude. There's,
Sir,
look at the roster.
I'm holding high hopes for this, okay?
Jesus, he's got adult ADD.
He just has to ruin it every time.
He can't help it. He can't help it, man.
But the big news is, on September 13th, I am running a comedy benefit fundraiser for my mother-in-law. So that's in the process of being booked. We're going to have Tsunami. We're going to have Tony Mayo. You're definitely gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Are you coming through? Can you come through?
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try.
5 minutes is all I ask you to give me.
Okay. You can do 3.5, 4.
And I'm telling you right now, this is the best place for you to try and break your fucking cherry at, because there's gonna be no hostility there.
All right.
Nobody's gonna be negative there.
Are you gonna do it on the back patio or what?
I'm gonna go what?
No,
we're trying. I really want to do the patio, weather permitting. We are going to do the patio. I love the patio.
Let me ask this: how raunchy can I be? How bad
you can be?
I gotta dial it down.
Have you seen my comedy?
I've seen your comedy, but I'm saying
you can be as dirty as you want to be.
I'm just saying this is for a special.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I don't know.
My 15-year-old daughter will be in the building.
I'm just trying to be
but
respectable.
You can be as dirty as you want to be.
I just want to be
respectful. You actually have to make it for this place. You actually have to be a little more scuzzy than you think.
Yeah, you have to be kind of.
Have you ever been to ABC on 25th?
Yeah.
You ever seen them bathrooms in ABC?
Yeah.
The bathrooms look just like it's pretty much East Side ABC. It's a nice spot, but
I understand that. What I'm saying is, this is for like a special. This is for your family.
I'm running it. Let me explain this.
Look at this. Look at this.
You can say whatever the fuck you want to say.
That's all I need to know, brother.
You could go short of dropping your nuts on the table, bro.
Okay, I won't do that.
Just come in, do your 5 minutes,
like that shit,
and enjoy the moment.
I'm gonna crash and burn, but I'll do it.
You're not gonna crash and burn. It's gonna be all up there. You're gonna be perfectly fine.
You gotta come in with a killer Dinklage joke.
And before September 13th, everything is finalized. My comedy CD will be finised before September 13th.
No, I do want to congratulate you on that, but you know that it's 2019, right? Not a lot of have CD players.
You want to know why I'm putting out a comedy CD?
Because you live in the hood, and that's where people buy.
Fuck you, Joe. No,
like he's doing a cassette tape.
Here's why I'm putting out the comedy CD. Because last year at the Cleveland Comedy Awards, they had Best Comedy Album. All right? Everybody was nominated to put out an album. Nominate me, motherfuckers. I'm going to win. My comedy album is the best comedy album there is.
All we got Unstable Connection. You're old.
And for once, the Unstable Connection ain't this guy.
Are we back, Paul? Can you type something if you've seen us? I think he said unstable there for a minute. So let me know if we're back here. We got 2 people.
But it's been really good, and it's been really a lot of people are coming out of the woodwork as far as like donating things for the raffle and stuff like that. A lady contacted me, was like, I have 100 water bottles I could donate. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do with 100 water bottles. How about give me 40 of them motherfuckers? I could get rid of 40. I don't know about 100. I don't want to be oversoon with water bottles, just fucking throwing them out at people on the fucking stage. So
you Trump them around like that.
My daughter will be hosting. Tsunami will be there. Tony. It's a lot of work for you to get there. So if you're not there, I understand. You'll be there in spirit.
Although I would like to see a recording of you.
Well, we're going to record everything. Everything will be recorded.
You can post that online. I just,
I wish I would. When I was out there last time.
I definitely, like I said, it's on my bucket list. So this is a better place than anything, man.
Yes, it'll all be love. You'll be totally comfortable. You'll be there with us. My wife will be there. My kid will be there. It'll be a family, man.
I mean, it's cool when you think about it, because you could always be like, you could just put it in your Facebook, amateur stand-up community or open mic stand-up community, whatever. And when you're talking with people, you're just like, just go on YouTube and check me out and type in Pat Bolger stand-up, and boom, man. Even if it's whatever, marginal.
Ladies love funny men.
Oh, yeah.
Once you show funny, chuckle sluts come aplenty.
Really?
Yes.
You got groupies, huh?
Everybody else off in the house.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get you in trouble.
I am happily married.
I know that.
But I have been solicited.
Not you specifically. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, I've really got to watch it, because I do say more risque stuff on stage. And I've literally had people come up to me and try and hit on me after my set. There are chuckle sluts to be had.
I'm a funny looking guy, so maybe
they realize that was the name of like comedian groupies.
Oh, chuckle sluts, yes. That is the name.
Let's see if we got here. We're getting
so this is hashtag.
It's working.
Get Pat laid.
Well, dude, it's like, man, the chicks dig the confidence. Chicks like 3 things. They like fucking guys who with the fashion sense, match your hat to your fucking clothes.
And ain't none of us have been hitting that one.
Right.
Hey, man, speak for yourself, man. I got a killer hat.
That is a good hat.
You do have a killer hat.
And chicks,
I have a killer tattoo on the back of my head.
Chicks don't want to. They want to feel comfortable, and they like to laugh about silly stuff.
Yes.
Dude, if you're confident, dude, and you got they see that confidence upstage, it's like crack to me. You gotta be good looking, dude.
You know what's in with the ladies right now? Believe it or not, dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes are in, man.
So sit down, write your shit out. Come out on September 13th. We'll make sure it's easy for you. You won't feel any pressure. I won't throw you up first. Like my mentor did me.
I was first at his show.
And you're first.
And I was going to say, huh?
Said, and you're up.
My mentor literally threw me up. First time I ever did comedy, he threw me up first. Because he was like, dude, I don't know if you can do it or not.
If you guys want to heckle me just for fun, like just so I'm used to it, you know what I mean?
So
we wouldn't do that because we would be afraid it's going to cause a snowball effect. You're never going to really deal with a heckler your first couple times out.
You can't think of...
Because you're a new guy. Nobody's going to fucking... That's like beating up a kindergartner.
Welcome back, everybody. We see everybody's back.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna bully you. It's gonna be a fun
I'm just
show.
saying, just to have it, like I would just be more comfortable with somebody I knew heckling me than somebody I don't know heckling me. Like, I just, like, who the fuck are you?
You can't. Well, the thing with heckling and responding to that, you can't force any of that. If the good people I've seen respond to hecklers, Mary, people like Mary's, in my opinion, you might think what you want of her comedy.
I don't mind Mary.
She has phenomenal. Like if somebody heckles her, dude, it's so instant.
Every time that I've ever had an interaction with Mary, she's been very nice.
No, but the thing, she's so good with the heckle. Like the second she fucking gets a heckler, she just has a reaction and she just knows how to do it. You can't force that shit. You know what I mean? So
another thing I wanted to talk about, and I want your guys' opinion on this.
No,
because maybe I was a douchebag and I didn't intend on being a douchebag.
How many years back are we talking?
Oh, this happened yesterday.
Right.
Okay.
I stopped at Get Go. Right?
I
was running around. I had to run out and get stuff for dinner, and I got stuff for dinner. I had to stop and get gas in my truck because I was almost out.
Okay.
I stop in. I buy a candy bar. I give the guy $8. I tell him put the rest on pump 3.
Yeah.
The idiot breaks out a calculator and starts doing the math. The candy bar's $1.99.
Okay.
I can do the fucking math in my head. You owe me $6.01 in the gas.
Right.
He punches it in. He's like, all right, you're right, $6.01. So I go to my truck and I start pumping my gas. I'm messaging my daughter and I'm returning a text.
Right.
And I'm like, it's taking an awful long time for this gas pump to fucking click off.
Right.
And I look up and it's at like $42.22 and 20 gallons a tank.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Now I don't have that money on me.
Did he just turn it on and you can go?
I'm guessing he just turned it on. But here's where I think I was kind of a douchebag. I put the pump back, I hopped in the truck and took off.
Huh.
Now technically, am I the bad guy? But technically, that wasn't my fuck up. That was your fuck up, right?
No, that's I mean, if you find a gold bar and it says property of Joe Varela in your thing, and it was accidentally dropped by a drone.
I mean, you did go inside and pay.
Yeah, it's true. You did pay for the option.
Just because he fat fingered some numbers and put in 6001 or something like that.
And I think that's what he did. I think he put in 6001.
But
I mean, you're
I mean, I didn't.
looking at the pictures on the gas tanks
right
with a little state troopers picture.
I love those because they always.
But I didn't steal it because I told him 601.
Well,
So technically, it's not my fault. You fucked up. You can't do your job correctly.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of true. Like if
I didn't have the money to pay for it because I only brought a 10 with me.
right, that'd be like if you gave someone 10 and they gave you change for a 50 and you didn't realize you put it in your pocket and you just walk out. You didn't technically steal anything.
I didn't do nothing criminal.
It was like
But is that a douchebag move?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Gotta pay for it.
I don't know.
I mean, I kind of felt bad when I pulled away because he was actually using somebody else's drawer too.
Yeah,
Like he was ringing out someone else's drawer.
Shit.
So did he do it on purpose to get this dude fired?
Oh, well, that's bullshit. That's shady ass shit, man.
See, I mean, there's a level to this where it's like it's not my fault.
right.
I mean, there's a lot of fucking bullshit involved in this one.
How'd you know he was on somebody else's drawer?
Because I saw him, he was like, "Here,
Oh.
just ring on my drawer for a few,"
Oh, okay.
and he walked away. And this
You're
dude first,
yeah, you're
I
not
was the
some-
first one too. So did he do it on purpose?
He probably just messed up the numbers, but
But see,
I don't know. Do you have a responsibility for that?
Dude, I mean, that's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
Morally,
I'm not.
I mean, morally, I feel kind of
morally,
bad.
you should have. Legally, are you legally responsible
Yeah, that's a good point.
to if you get the wrong change and you walk out of the store and you don't realize until after the fact? I don't think that's stealing because they handed you more money.
Right, because I was just
But
watching my
you
phone.
should
I
have
wasn't paying
Conscience to
attention.
go back and put it back. I don't know.
How the fuck can I put gas back?
I don't know.
I mean,
And if you don't have the money on you, what are you gonna do?
got hit
like-
with a skimmer though at gas
That's
station.
why I don't trust this shit.
Yes and no. I had to get hit by a skimmer.
See, but it's so easy to dispute
All right.
credit as long as you don't use your debit card. You can dispute credit card charges up to 30
And
days.
here's
after
the thing:
charge.
I was wondering if they used somebody else's fuel perks, like they never disconnected it because it was $2.30 for a gallon of gas, but on the sign it said
give me
2.60.
40 seconds. I'm gonna go in the house and see.
I know,
So I'm wondering if they.
We not on right now.
What's that?
We're not.
We're live. We're
Oh,
live.
okay.
We're like,
I want to make sure there's no
So,
fucking TV or something.
I don't know what. With Giant
Uh-oh.
Eagle, like employees aren't allowed to use their fuel perks or whatever. You know, they're not allowed to use their Giant Eagle card if.
Right, because it adds to their fuel.
Right.
But am I a douchebag for just leaving though?
Wait. Say that again. No, I'll use a Giant Eagle card.
Oh, right. So if a customer comes in and they don't have a fuel perks card or a Giant Eagle card or whatever,
Yeah.
the employee's not allowed to use.
No, you're not.
theirs.
No. Oh, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
you
You're
get
not
in
allowed
big
to do
trouble
that.
for that.
You get fired for that.
Right.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, does it make me a douchebag for leaving though? This is a real question.
Maybe. I can't say.
Would you have left?
No, I went back in because I was paying a credit card, so it doesn't matter.
Would you have left?
I probably would have been.
I mean-
I feel. I'm a believer of karma. So
I am. But here's my thing: I didn't have the money, and there's no way I'm getting the gas back out of the tank.
Yeah, but you could have tried at least to resolve the issue going inside and tell them the mistake, and they could have like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll get a manager to void the charge or whatever it is because I don't have any money. What are you gonna do? You know, I mean, because the other option is,
And part of it was I'm in Lakewood,
yeah,
so it spooked me a little bit.
yeah.
I'm like, man, let me get the.
Well, they already have your license plate number, so.
Yeah, I mean,
There's cameras on every single pump.
Technically, I didn't steal it though, so they can't really come at me for nothing.
all right. So, besides, the look the other way in the Orleana.
I didn't look the other way. I just hopped in the car and ran. I was in Lakewood, man. I don't fuck around in Lakewood.
You were afraid for your life. Is what you, okay.
I was
I thought you
Hold
were
on.
from East Side.
I am, but I had to go over there.
Tough guy, East Side. What's up?
I don't fuck with Lakewood though, man. Lakewood and Parma are two places I don't fuck around in.
Yeah.
Everybody in Lakewood's douchebags.
We're waiting for this to. I don't think I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you got a show coming in Parma, don't you?
Brook Park.
Brook Park.
technically,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
The game.
Last time I did a show in Parma did not go very well.
Game Day Tavern.
Yeah, I made one joke about how girls wanted to, or they want to let girls in the Boy Scouts, and they should do the Boy Scouts or girls in the Boy Scouts like they used to. Take a troop out to the woods, and after they come back, one of them would be sucking dick and selling cookies, and that's the girl in the Boy Scouts. And this guy stood up and was like, "We got kids over here, motherfucker." And I'm like, "Well, why are you got a kid in a bar? First of all,
What time was it?
Second of all, it was about 8:00 at night."
Oh yeah, no.
And I'm like, second of all, why are you cussing in front of kids?
Yeah.
Pulse is a
I just
signal.
think
Oh,
that's-
hold on, I think we got it back. All right.
I think that's
For those of you out there, Paul, I think Paul might be the only one out there watching right now. Who can you type if you could see it now? Good. All right, go ahead, Pat. I think we're good now.
I was just gonna say, like that's irresponsible. Bring your kid to a bar. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe it's like a bar restaurant.
And
but
don't
it's
get
like a
mad
straight
at
bar,
comedy night.
Even,
It was $2, which is mainly a bar.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get mad
it's
if
mainly
there's
a bar.
comedians
Yeah.
there telling their material because
Were you the first one up?
no, I was about the third one up, but I was by far the raunchiest.
Okay, because I was gonna say we were out in Port Clinton area, and we were staying at a little place out there for like a bed and breakfast type thing. We looked up online looking for a good pizza place, a small town pizza joint. What's the best pizza in the area? And we found a place. It was like a little dive bar, but they had like outside area. Okay, and they had like booster seats for kids. So we went there. We go outside to the deck porch area. So we think our kid was like 2 years old at that point. Just had the one. So a little 2-year-old, and then my wife, and then my parents were outside by ourselves on the deck by ourselves. Within like 20, 30 minutes, like 6 drunks come outside, start smoking, swearing, cussing up a joint, cussing up all the place.
Sorry about that.
But technically it's a bar. So, it's not really necessarily a family restaurant, but we were out there by ourselves, having a nice little dinner. And it was only like 6 o'clock. But so who's responsible?
Did you kick all 6 of their asses because you're a fucking Marine?
No, I was courteous, and because we were almost done anyway.
You're too nice.
I'm very nice.
Well, I mean, a bar, it's like this with the bar, man. I bring my kids to the bar, just because I like going to the bar. I like pub food.
Does it
whatever.
surprise anybody Joe brings his kids to the bar?
Oh, of course
No,
not.
but it's like this.
Joe Facebook's at red lights. It doesn't surprise me.
If somebody is going to swear at a bar when my kids are there, I'm not going to say anything because I brought my kids to the bar. I know
Right,
the environment.
that's
of
what
the
I
bar.
was
We say some pretty horrible things with your kids in attendance at our podcast.
Right, exactly. I mean, I'm not going to.
My kids don't have virgin ears by any
Right,
means.
exactly.
Right?
I'm not going to pretend like the world doesn't fucking exist just because I got kids. I'm not going to pretend like they're not going to swear. They're going to fucking swear. They're kids. Everybody
Bringing
swears.
your kids to a Browns game too. That is a rough atmosphere, man.
Isn't there like family areas though, like family sections?
Yeah, that's
At the Browns stadium.
Yeah,
Nonetheless, Pat or Tom, how was your week?
good. Not much going on. Just worked, and then started learning Spanish again. So that's an interesting thing. Took the getting Duolingo, a little app. I took 2 years of Spanish in high school. Wife took 4 years. She's a little better than I am, but just trying to do something different.
Just
We can do it.
With my spare
just,
time practicing Spanish.
What we can do is
Little app.
podcasto en español.
No, the fuck we can't.
Primero semana.
See.
Don will be sitting here the whole time like this. I did not learn a fucking word.
Don just like, oh.
See, that's cool to do things just, in school where you have to do things, but just to do things just because you want to do things, educational things.
Yeah,
sure.
and I'm picking it up much faster than I did in high school too. I mean, I did take 2 years in high school, but that was
Like,
20
Well,
years ago.
high school Spanish is such a joke. I mean, the first fucking quarter, we spent like just learning the numbers to count.
Yeah,
Learning shit like fucking basic phonics.
It's fucking kindergarten all over.
Well, seriously,
again.
like
Yeah.
everybody, there wasn't probably a person in Spanish 1 who didn't have an A for that first semester. Just because who the fuck doesn't know how to count?
I took Russian in high school.
yeah.
like,
I mean, there's a Duolingo.
I
Download the app and
I
you just
didn't
practice
learn
your
a
lunch.
fucking
No?
word of it
like
either.
what I like to do is I like
Dude,
to
I
read.
barely speak English. Have you heard me?
I like to read for fun is what I like to do,
Yeah.
just to help my brain. I read 1984 just for fun. That's a book that you had to read in school.
That's one I still kind of want to read eventually.
Yeah,
just
that
because
was
the whole
really cool.
government thing. And
I read that for fun. I read Of Mice and Men for fun.
He fucks up that mouse in his pocket, dude.
Yeah, it was a rabbit. I thought
it was a mouse. Didn't he have a mouse in his pocket?
I believe he did.
He was caressing a mouse and he fucking crushed it.
No, it was a rabbit.
No, that's a
rabbit
that he crushes.
It was a rabbit. Yeah.
Then the mouse.
Yeah, because
and he killed a woman too.
Yeah.
It's like
he was trying to hug the woman and broke her neck.
When you had to kill that Marine Corps puppy at the end of basic, dude.
See, I like a lot of.
Was it traumatizing?
Yeah,
did you have to name it first and then kill it?
You never heard of
I named you Thor.
Well, you get it 2 weeks before.
He was
to take care of
American author who lived in Detroit.
Okay.
And he was a heroin addict and.
Okay.
And he basically creates urban fiction based on his life. Like he actually died of a heroin overdose.
Okay.
So.
Speaking of dying, anybody died this week?
We had Peter Fonda. Peter Fonda
pretty
died
much,
earlier
except
today.
the black version of him. Yeah.
Okay.
Peter Fonda is Jane Fonda. Is that Jane Fonda's dad?
Peter Fonda dead?
Yeah. Today. I thought I could have sworn when I saw that. I could have sworn. I thought you picked him, but I don't think nobody picked him.
How do we not have any fucking points?
Betty White's still kicking, man.
Every week.
I mean,
man.
are we really? I mean, these guys are fucking. I think it's in the inside of that.
We need to double check to make sure none of us have points because there's 40 picks. It's impossible that nobody we have died.
You want to go over real quick?
Yeah.
I'll read it real quick. For me, Bob Barker, Warren Buffett, Rami Malek, Betty White, Kendrick Lamar, Dolly Parton, what did I say? George R. R. Martin, Stephen King, Ian McKellen, Paul Rubens, who is Pee Wee Herman. Joe has Jimmy Carter, Donald Trump, Johnny Knoxville, Queen Elizabeth, Luke Bryan, Tony Danza, Willie Nelson, Artie Lange.
Lang.
Was that Sean Connery?
Yeah.
Sean Connery.
And then Ed Asner.
That's fucked up because a lot of these people should be dead by now.
Ed Asner.
I mean, you're taking there's
Artie Lang.
10 guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He should have been dead a long time ago.
Don's got Britney Spears, Janelle Evans, who's the teen mom.
And she's still alive too. Fuck.
MGK, Ric Flair, Charlie Sheen, Jesse Smollett, Cat Williams, Magic Johnson, Takashi 69.
I forgot about that one.
And Nikki Sixx. And then Pat's got Dan Aykroyd, Bill Russell.
Pat's list is
Bill Russell, yeah.
Who's that?
He's a basketball player.
What's
wrong about? What'd you say about my list?
This is obscure.
Oh yeah.
Macaulay Culkin, which actually I've seen him in a bunch of YouTube videos lately. He's going through YouTubers and helping them with stuff. Goldberg, Jimmy Buffett, Peter Dinklage, Miley Cyrus, Johnny Depp, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Tracy Morgan. Didn't your Brian, our guest host from episode 6 or 7, had Sting, Pete Rose, Nick Stahl, Amanda Bynes, David Hasselhoff, Jake the Snake Roberts, Dustin Diamond, the Screech,
yeah.
Screechers,
Ozzy. So Ozzy Osbourne, I'm guessing. Is that Tom Selleck?
Yeah.
And then Rip Taylor.
Nobody picked Bam Margera, but he's looking rough now too.
Yeah.
He was the last time I saw Bam, it was it was post fucking what's his name dying.
Is he a pro wrestler?
15. No, Bam Margera's
Bam from Jackass.
Viva La Jam.
Viva Bam. Yeah.
He got divorced from that chick he got married to in that show.
Did he really?
I think so.
And he was just arrested at a hotel for being drunk and disorderly, even though Dr. Phil had just put him in rehab the same week. So,
boy,
that was probably recorded months ago, though. When they record those shows, they're weeks and months.
He had just left rehab after a week.
Oh, okay.
So that's what they were saying. He left a few days later and he got arrested.
So they probably put him in rehab 2 months ago. Goes in for 2 months, gets out, and a week later gets arrested.
But nobody's died, man. I don't get this.
No.
Maybe it's good luck.
We got some strong SOBs.
We should start picking the people we want to live next year.
Welcome to the life poll.
Yeah. Like the confidence score.
All our celebrities are going to make it all year.
Right. Everybody gets points. Everybody gets 100 points. And for every person that dies on your list, you lose points.
All right, man. So
that might be how we have to do it, man.
So what? So yesterday, man, it was a concert, right? Went to the Blink. No, not Blink.
I would just like to pinpoint that Joe made fun of me for reflecting on shit more than a mirror, and he went to a '90s concert yesterday.
What
You wouldn't have caught me dead at a Nelly Flow Rida TLC concert. Anybody who buys a ticket for TLC that's a dude,
it was free.
Should be sucking somebody
else's dick.
though?
It was on Vetix. TLC is a phenomenal group.
I'll tell you what, those 3 artists, that is some of the guilty pleasurous fucking shit. Like between the 3 of those bands, you know, isn't Flo Rida apple bottom jeans? Isn't that dude?
No, he's the welcome to my house. Play that music too loud.
And
I have
strike.
another question too. How does your wife just allow you to get into a car full of women and go to a concert? I would never be able to pull that shit with my wife. She'd be like, "You fucking think you're going to this concert, motherfucker? You're gonna come back and my ass gonna be gone."
What Joe doesn't know is the milkman came over during the concert.
right. No, I mean, it's like she doesn't like the band. I mean, she does something.
T-Pain does apple bottom jeans.
Yeah,
Plus Flo Rida.
yeah, but it's kind of same style artist. Really.
Yeah, TLC is pretty good.
The one chick from TLC, the skinnier one, she had abs, and she's got to be like, she's like 48, 49 years old.
The blonde.
Yeah.
No, I don't. There was both of them were just natural hair
Keep
color.
going, Pat. What other ones? What other songs do they have?
Oh, they're both natural hair color now.
I think so. Best I can remember.
Waterfalls.
Waterfalls and do that.
No, I
thing
really
with,
wasn't paying attention to
butter
that.
So then you hit me
like
up and was like,
butter.
"I can't wait for a hot in here."
Yeah,
because
so we
there's gonna
fucking
be titties everywhere.
If you
So-
want to go take a ride with me,
so we're listening. Yeah, so
I'm
finally,
done.
Hot in Here comes on, or Hot in Her. know, as they say. And man, there's just no flashing titties. Nobody's hot in here. Take off all your clothes.
You know what? The
There
Me
you
Too
see a
movement has
barrage.
ruined titties at concerts.
Right? It's man.
If
It's,
you want to see titties at concerts, now you have to go to a Def Leppard, and they're all going to be in their 50s.
it's gonna be saggy.
Down by
It's
the
going to be
belly button.
Sausage Nip
They don't-
Fest 2019.
Well, nice thing about them is they don't have to lift them so high. They just go like this.
They just go, woo!
They should see a belly button. And then
They just pull down their fucking leggings. There you go. There's my nips.
All right, which one is a belly button and which one is a nipple? There, nipple.
So, no tits.
Yeah. So and then it was in the another thing. They closed out the. I can't remember the street names when you go down to Blossom, but the main one usually when you go in and you turn, they closed that lot out. So we had to go clear around up through fucking Death Valley in the middle of the shining fucking houses and shit, and then turn around, go to the one part, and it was fucking 45 minutes we were sitting there, just stuck in traffic because we had to park at lot 3. If you ever
See,
been
that
to,
shit sucks.
I've
You
only
missed
ever
half the
pro-
show and all that.
I've
So who
only
did you
ever-
miss?
we missed Flow Rider. We
Oh,
came,
then you
we came
didn't
right at the
miss
beginning of TLC, and then we saw TLC. In
That's
LA.
Flow Rider.
Flow Rider. I
You didn't
think
miss
You're right.
because he's from Florida, so that's why
Yeah.
they call it Flow Rider.
The last concert I was at where
I
they
get
actually
it.
flashed tits was Tech 9.
Well, he has a song called Areola, so that's why. Dude, next time you go to a Tech 9 show, you gotta tell me. We'll go. Because my buddy Brett.
What the fuck you know about Tech 9?
Do you remember Areola? Areola. You know that's a song. He's laughing because that's a song and shit. Oh, there's this guy. There's this rapper Tech 9. He's a pretty good rapper.
Have you ever heard of Tech 9?
I've heard of Tech 9.
But he
Have you ever heard Tech 9?
he has a song called Areola, and like during the song,
He also has a song called Flash. It's
They say
He's big into
say-
getting
Oh,
girls
he's
to show
coming to the
tits.
grog shop.
Also, he's coming to the grog shop coming up. We have to go to that shit.
I've been to the grog shop.
See
I
some
prefer
fucking, there you go,
grog
man. You
shop.
see some fucking 20-year-old fucking hipster titties.
You down to go see Tech 9 too?
Areola.
I'm not familiar.
Have you ever heard of Tech 9?
I think so. I think.
Okay, that's
Sounds familiar.
definitely a no.
And here's
No,
another.
I know. It's,
November,
I think
okay.
it sounds
Okay.
familiar. I just
Tech 9 was huge. And let me explain something. He came in with Tupac, and then he started doing his own thing.
He's done collabs.
And then he kind of fell off for a long time, and the Juggalos found him.
oh
So the Juggalos brought him back in as far as like gathering of the Juggalos, and the Juggalo community really embraced him.
okay.
So
You gotta explain what a juggalo is to these guys. Not everybody
No,
knows.
I know what
Not-
this
not
thing.
bad.
you guys all know what a
Wow.
Juggalo is,
When
right?
I think of a juggler, I think of like the insane clown posse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a Juggalo is.
Yeah.
That's a fan of the Insane
Yeah.
Clown Posse.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like the parrot head of yeah.
Yeah, they're like
So they wear all
Deadheads.
crazy
Deadheads,
clown
parrot
kind of
heads,
stuff and wear makeup.
juggalos.
They do that.
a lot of them do. I've never worn clown makeup. Their concerts are a blast, though. If you've never seen an ICP show, definitely take in an
No.
ICP show.
Yeah. Should bring the kids.
I would take my daughter to see ICP.
Would you?
Fuck yeah, it's a Fago throwing fucking circus on stage.
It's just goofy as shit, man.
I
It's all-
remember
it's all about being goofy.
The last time I saw ICP was like a day after Michael Jackson died.
There was a good word.
And they had a guy come out as a Michael Jackson impersonator, and they had a little kid on stage, and Michael Jackson went up and tried to touch the kid, and the clowns power bombed him through a table, and there was all kinds of pyro and shit. It's a good fucking show.
It's a good workaholics.
If you like stage shows, they have a great stage show.
You ever see Workaholics on Comedy Central?
Yeah,
That's a
I've
bad
seen the
show.
episode
The
with
episode with
Juggalos.
Rebel Wilson's a Juggalo.
I watched Comedy Central in a hot minute. Dude.
So would you go see Tech 9?
That's a great show. It's probably guy heavy.
Would you go? No, it's actually really female heavy.
You think? I mean, for the
I've
video,
been to see Tech 9. I know.
from the videos I seen, I mean, I watched some of the videos, and it seemed to be, it was
I
probably
mean, you have your diehard
60,
Tech 9
70% guys, and then 30, 40% chicks.
The one I went to see, there was a lot of females. There was more females than there was males.
He's a fucking great rapper, there, dude. He really.
Would you
is.
go see Tech 9?
Probably not.
Tom doesn't.
No,
really,
no interest.
Yeah.
Tom, we got to get you out of the house, man.
Tom's
There's a
cool.
whole world.
Family man,
Tom's cool
though.
with this route in life.
He's
You
like,
know,
man, fuck it, I'm super dad. I'm
I
just
don't
chilling.
care.
Tom's gonna be a millionaire in retirement. We'll tell
All
you
right, I'm retired in 10 years, and when I'm sitting on the beach drinking Coronas, you guys still be slaving away for the next couple decades.
I'm gonna retire right at 62. Like right.
No, didn't you just come out as a pretentious asshole?
Oh
Tom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for that.
So in 10 years,
Let
he'll
me-
be 45 years old.
Dude,
Yep. Let me know how the grind goes.
My income, mine and Tom's income, just based on the various sources. We talk about retirement shit all the time, but dude, we're gonna be making more money in retirement than we are now. It's fucking crazy. And we can fucking have like dowries to our kids. What's that called when you do that? Oh, trust funds. You got like fucking trust funds and shit for the kids. Man, our kids are gonna love when I retire. Fuck yeah.
Damn it, Dad, why can't you just retire?
Unless you burn through it all.
So we should really go see Tech 9, though.
I'm
Well,
not
right,
bad.
it does do
November.
worse.
I mean, as long as it's not like during a game, man. Oh yeah, football season's coming up. For the three of you guys out there who's listening, and who might be listening later on the audio version, we're working on that. Basically, whenever I get a new computer, we'll get a fucking new audio version going. But Brown season's coming up, man. So
yeah, this
Oh,
game,
it's
game,
16.
this game tomorrow.
we have to
Tomorrow,
watch.
0-16.
Watch.
I'm calling it now.
What?
Yeah,
No.
Blasphemous.
We'll start putting out
14-2.
14-2 minimum. All right.
They are not going 14-2
14-2.
minimum.
No, 12-4 is
How
probably where
about-
10 and
Okay.
6.
How
I
about-
really have them at
How about
11-5.
Okay.
we'll do some nice football bet pools every week. I think we'll get a football. That'd be a nice, good involvement. We'll do. Do you guys prefer against the spread or just straight up?
I prefer straight up.
I like
Because
straight
I don't know
up.
shit about the spread.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
that'll,
Yeah,
that'll work.
spread. Get it's like hard.
See,
you
see
bring a
who's
loss.
closest to the actual score.
Yeah, we can do something. But basically, what I used to do back in the day, I believe it or not, when I was a kid, I would run not gambling pools, but we used to pull in $1,
I used to run a strip club
$4.
in my bedroom. I'm not even playing.
You and
I used to bring fucking hoochies from the neighborhood in the window and throw them out the front door.
Wow.
After they were done stripping. I am not joking at all. I wish I was because it makes me seem like a real dirtbag. But you know what? It was fucking party central at my house.
oh, well, everybody's first fucking house is fucking party center.
Oh, no, I was still living with my parents.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was
mine
a
also-
teenager.
mine
I was like
also too.
15 years old.
Nice.
We would party till like 2, 3 in the morning, get up and go to school. I'm not joking at all.
Wow.
We used to fucking. I used to drink beer on the way to school, and we had two
Back
campuses.
in my day.
Back in my day. No, but for real, we had Central Catholic had two campuses. We had one on the east side. They still got that one. It's a 4 minutes over by Slavic Village, and there's one on Scranton and 25th. It was a Scranton campus, and I would have morning classes on the west side, and then afternoon classes on the east side, or vice versa. Maybe it was morning out on the east side. And yeah, it was morning on the east side, and then I would come over at lunch, and I have the afternoon on the west side. So there'd be days we'd fucking just have some beers on the way to school, fucking have beers on the way, and we'd drive over, have a couple beers on the way over, and have beer. I mean, we could just stay drunk all the time back then, dude. That was fucking St. Ives to the dome.
When you had no fucking worries about anything.
All right, the only worries was ever getting caught, and I never got a DUI while I was in school. Right,
But even if you got caught, what's the worst that happened?
right, just a DUI. I mean, fuck, or white privilege DUI. Fucking go to the resort jail. They tell you how you suck for 6 months, and you get back to your
They
get
let
back
you
to-
out 6 days a week to go back to school.
Right.
I never got busted with weed or drinking or any of that, man.
It's impossible for me to get busted with weed now because I got that card.
Well, federally, you still can.
Yeah, technically, but I mean,
Yeah.
if they wanted to fucking pull that, I mean, the pub by that, dude, the negative publicity, disabled vet, you know what I mean? They don't want that kind of negative pub.
Yeah.
So I saw on the interwebs the other day about a dude who was posing with a zebra that he had shot.
I didn't
Right?
hear about this. What was this?
He was posing with a fucking zebra. I saw it on
Was
the
he
internet.
famous or?
It was a group of guys. It was actually 4 guys. I don't know who the fuck they were. They were like
Okay.
some kind of. They had money, but
Of course.
you know they had that fucking white boy money.
Yeah.
But And they were like, yeah, this is real man status. I got to thinking, I'm like, does it really make you a real man to shoot a fucking striped horse?
And they probably shot it from a Jeep, you know.
And I'm like,
They probably
do you even know what a real man is? Because shooting a fucking horse does not count as a real man.
I mean,
Yeah.
that I'd have to see the original caption. It sounds like what somebody did was take a picture of a trophy hunt and then put the caption on the bottom of it. Now, I don't necessarily have problems with trophy hunts necessarily. Now, the douchey pictures, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? But a lot of those trophy hunts can help with funding and conservation efforts out there in those remote African regions. You know what I mean?
Don't kill animals that are defenseless.
Well, deer are defenseless. What's wrong with killing deer?
But they're overpopulated. I never keep a fish.
What's the difference between a rhino and a fucking deer? Rhino and a
Rhinos are fucking not.
a lot of them are endangered.
Well, I mean, in danger.
But they got poachers.
Like the dude from Jimmy John's who shot the last black rhino. Why the fuck would you do that?
Because you got $75,000.
Because that's what a real man does.
Well, I mean,
that's not real, man.
if-
That's
if-
fucking pussies, in my opinion.
If you break it down to the humanity level, is even having zoos is that even ethical? Like we could keep these
No,
animals.
that's like
caged.
prison for fucking animals. I don't like
So-
zoos either.
So I have. If people have the problem going to zoos, I don't have a problem with fucking trophy hunts. Being honest with you, as long as zoos are open, trophy hunts are just going to help those areas in Africa. Now,
But some zoos do like rehabilitation. Like we've got this eagle because it can't fly, so it's gonna bounce around in its perch. And here, look at this eagle. Pay us money so we can take care of this eagle. You know
that makes sense. But that got me to thinking, and I kind of take it from one topic to a wormhole to the other. What constitutes a real man?
Constitutes a real man.
Yeah.
Balls, cojones.
No, it's somebody who's identified as a man.
Metaphorical and physical.
Like, I mean, obviously taking care of your family constitutes as a real
Right.
man. Working a 9 to 5, getting up every day, going to work, and
Yeah,
doing what you need
providing.
to do constitutes as a real man. But even to a different level, like protecting your family.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But then it comes into the message of, do you need a gun to protect your family? If you have a gun, does that make you a real man? You get what I'm saying? Not everybody who has a gun is a real man.
Do you really need a gun if you got these in your house? I mean, like, if you're in your house, you're only going to be what 5 to 10 feet away from somebody. Do you need a gun?
Well, in each one of my rooms, I have either a gun or a machete or something like that. And it's not because I'm not good with these. I'm good with these. But I'm fucking 40 years old.
Yeah.
I ain't getting my hands to hurting because you wanted to come up in my house.
Mhm.
I mean, if you truly think about it, the amount of people who have been saved by a gun is so minuscule to the amount of people who have used that gun for either a domestic violence issue or committed suicide or something like that.
Or kids in the house find the gun and shoot themselves because they're they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know what it is. Like, Pat 5-year-old Pat's running around like, Google God.
Well, you think yourself,
I couldn't talk when I was 5 years old, you
was
asshole.
using baby
Oh, right. I mean, he had 80s autism.
well, you may not have young kids in your house. We never know, like brother, sister,
Assholes.
But
cousin.
before I even brought a gun in my house,
Uh,
I lectured my daughter and I made sure she knew she was never to touch it.
Right, but she's old enough.
She was old enough to understand
to
it
get
too.
lectured. So, like, my 1-year-old gonna be 2.
Has
He
no
doesn't
clue.
understand that,
Right.
but he can climb it and get into stuff and knows, like,
Right, like say over that you can't see the counter here, but yeah, say like up here we put it back on the shelf, and okay, the kid could climb the shelf.
he would climb up this shelf and start taking stuff off the top of the shelf.
Just because that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
kids
Do you have a gun in your house?
I would rather not say.
There's lists out there. I'll talk about
Do you have?
I'm not opposed to anybody having a weapon in their house. I'm very pro Second Amendment as an armorer.
Okay,
And
so
look
that
at-
means you definitely have a gun in your house.
So-
But we would skip over that.
So, like, yeah, everybody, like, I'm pretty liberal.
But I'm
as
pretty
most
sure you
people
have
know.
it locked, and I'm pretty sure you have it safety and.
Well, I'm pretty liberal, so I just think everybody, if you want to have it, but the thing is, if you want to have a gun, you should have a gun, whether or not for protection or fun. But it should be, if you have small children in the house, locked up, where they can't get to it. And if you want to protect your home or use it for protection in your home, there's other options to have for protection in your home. All it takes is one of those mag lights with D-cell batteries, and you can knock somebody out with that. And that's just as legal as a broomstick,
There's I mean, if you look around,
Do you have a gun in your home, Pat? Would you ever have a gun in your home? Are you afraid of guns?
I never shot one. We
should go to the range.
We really should.
That'd be
I
fun.
wouldn't be
been wanting to go
opposed
to the
to
range.
trying one,
go
but
to Stonewall.
yeah, guns do kind of,
I was talking to
scared
some
me,
guys, it's just
especially-
like that, not that that's one on there.
especially going, what's going
We
on.
should really go to a gun
I tried
range.
going.
I forget the name of the place where me and my wife got our internet from. They give you a little box, and it's like $200 a year, and you run just the show off that box.
All right, we're back. All right, so we got. Oh, I got a 9. Wait, what the fuck's my gun? Oh, M&P 40. That's right.
Okay.
It's Smith and Wesson.
So for 40 mil?
Yeah, and I bought it 14, 15, somewhere in there. It's right now. It's at my dad's house. I mean, he used it to go to the range. My dad likes going to the range. He has like 4 or 5 or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, in the house, there's a fucking 100 things that I
grew up around a military father who had guns in the house from the time we were infants.
My dad never had guns when we were growing up. He didn't get guns until later. Probably until Hannity told him, because he goes,
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I honestly, if they said, hey, we're coming for your guns, they could have the fucking gun. I mean, the government could easily they could blow up anything from outer space, dude. They with drones, they can shoot you from a drone. I mean, the myth of protection in terms of that is just kind of silly. You know what I mean? And the Second Amendment, right to bear arms, okay, but I mean, that wasn't really intended in the days of, there's just so much fucking firearms today, dude. It's so ridiculous.
To answer your question, I have a 38, a 9, and a 40.
Nice.
My house but my 38 was actually.
So are they all straight bullets, or are they any of them like home defense ones?
What do you mean?
Well, there's rubber bullets.
No,
these
are kills.
Pepper spray bullets.
No, I don't do that bullshit. If I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna kill you.
Right. So there's a thought out there that you could do is like 1 or 2 like rubber bullets, and if you have to use the third, you can kill. Right. So 1 or 2, if they're not staying down, the third one's the kill shot.
That's way too much.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
That
way, No, I've never held my gun like that.
Right.
Why not?
That way, if there's ever an issue where, okay, if they shoot back, then you're using 3 or more. If you're using 1 or 2, you can at least, have plausible deniability of like, I didn't intend to kill. I don't want to kill him, but he still came at me. Even after 2 rubber bullets. And there's also shotguns. And so you can get the bean bags or the like the salt pellets.
Yeah.
So it'll put you down, but it'll just hurt a lot.
Like a motherfucker.
It's not gonna, as long as you don't hit him in the face or straight in the neck.
I mean, honestly, that taser for short-term stuff, I mean, it's probably the best.
But that's a one-shot deal. But you need an actual
we don't know how strong the taser is.
Like
we didn't do it. Remember?
But that's you can poke on somebody too and put it at them.
If somebody's invading a house, I'm assuming that they don't want to pull that trigger. 90% of people aren't that stable. They want the copper in the house and they're trying to do it. You know what I mean? They're
Dude, I live in the fucking hood. You come in my house, I'm looking at you to try to
I'm talking about my personal situation. You know what I mean?
Well, nobody's breaking in a house in North Olmsted.
Yeah.
They do.
They
do. Somebody stole I had a speaker, JBL speaker, JBL flip. Somebody stole from my breezeway there. I mean, you got a lot of those opioid people going around here. It's not without theft, without thievery, but I mean, there's a lot of retired police on the street, shit like that. But I mean, it's forget where I was going with that.
But I'm for like the home defense as a first response to it, especially like like the bean bags or even like buckshot, that kind of thing, something that won't go through the walls because you know what's behind.
Right, yeah, because
you could have the best of intentions for somebody coming home, you're going to shoot them. Okay, you graze them, you miss, goes out the window, kills the neighbor across the street because it goes straight across. Versus like if it was like a rubber bullet or like shotgun.
I've fired my gun in the hood about 5 times, I would say.
You
hear all this time about
I shot a pit bull one night. I shot at a crackhead one night.
Yeah, you hear about the stories like 5-year-old on the porch got shot because the bullet came across the street.
But in my defense, the crackhead was in my car. I yelled, "Get out of my car!" She didn't listen. I yelled, "Get the fuck out of my car!" She didn't listen. I fired off one warning shot. I got her attention a little bit. Mm-hmm. She went back to looking at my change, so I fired off like 4 more, not knowing that my wife was on the phone to 911 at the time.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, he got
so the 911 operator heard all the gunshots going off. Yeah. So she's typing in that the shots fired.
Yeah.
The street's flooded with police. I end up down the street because I chased this bitch down the street.
Yeah.
But I leave my gun at home. because I'm not stupid.
Right down the street.
Oh, I know. That's right. I was going to finish the point about people. Most of these people who are robbing a house, they don't want to kill.
They don't want to hurt you. They just want your stuff.
They just want your stuff.
Oh,
So
shit.
I'm gonna call Buffalo. When it comes to
But
that
with
stuff,
my 15-year-old daughter there and my wife there, my job as a man,
Right.
well,
back to being a real man, my job is to make sure that they see tomorrow.
So what's the line between breaking and entering, and thievery, and home invasion?
My doorway.
Yeah.
Once you cross my doorway,
that's both.
I don't know what
so
your
it's-
intentions are,
Right.
and I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You broke into my spot. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You broke the sanctity of my house.
Right.
You're in where my family sleeps.
so say somebody does say you just hear a boom, the door opens, somebody's up in your house. However they got in, they got a key or whatever. You're not gonna say, hey, can I help you or what's going on? I mean, are you just gonna instantly shoot? I mean, I like to assess the situation.
I
first.
almost shot my best friend for banging at my door at 3:00 in the morning one day.
That's not a little
What's
something
that?
there. No, when you answer
Check
the
it
door,
out.
you
He
do
banged
it.
on my door. Boom, 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 boom. In the middle of a snowstorm, right? I go to the door. I open it up. I look all around. Nobody's there.
Yeah.
I check in the cars. I check on the side of the house. I check in the backyard. Nothing.
Yeah.
Checking the cash.
I lay back down. Boom, 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 boom. At my front door again.
Yeah.
So I grab my 9 and I go to the door. I whip open the door. I pull up my gun.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there. He's like, dude, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. Don, don't shoot me. It's me.
Well, where did he go the first time? Did you ask him?
That was my fucking question. He was fucking high out of his fucking mind. And I'm like, dude, I almost fucking killed you for real. I was like, don't be banging at my door at 3:00 in the morning. He's like, can you give me a ride?
Well, no, everybody.
It's 3:00 in the fucking morning in the middle of a snowstorm. Where am I driving you to?
Well, everybody has Facebook now, so nowadays you just can't show up anybody's house uninvited anymore. You gotta tell them, hey, I'm coming over.
But with him,
Yeah,
I've always
yeah.
had that open door policy. If you need me, come.
oh,
you
for
get what
sure.
I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. But you
Just
just
family.
knock, just knock gently.
Don't bang on my
Maybe
door like
text
you're the
everybody,
fucking
come over.
police.
Not at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I almost shot him though.
Wow.
if I'm getting a call at 3 a.m, I'm assuming somebody's in critical condition or they have recently passed. I mean, at 3 a.m. is or they're
Yeah,
whoever's calling is drunk or whatever.
That's like super emergency. Like somebody either died or can't get out of a situation that they can't.
right.
Well, with me, not a lot of people knock on my door either.
So I got a question for you
I don't think
guys.
anybody, I don't think anybody knocks on doors anymore. Like, there's no more.
I think, dude, there's no more solicitors or anything like that.
Alright.
What's up, man?
I got a question for you guys. So
How much
For-
wood could a woodchuck chuck and woodchuck could chuck wood?
first impressions. This has nothing to do with our last topic. I'm just segueing into, or I'm going to a different topic. First impressions. How important do you think first impressions
The
are?
first
Big.
impressions are
It's
insane.
hard to overcome that first impression or that first initial reaction someone might have to you.
like
If you're that kind of person who takes first impressions, hard. You know what I mean?
You'd have to get to know them. I mean, usually you can overcome pretty easy if you spend time with them. But like if you just met somebody, first impression, and the guy was aloof or crazy or whatever, and then you didn't see them for a while, that first impression sticks. But if you meet somebody and then like, hey, yeah, we're all going to the Indians game together, and you hang out with them for the rest of the day, the first impression really doesn't matter. It's the rest of that time that matters.
What if that person that's what I'm saying. That person who turns out to be a cool guy turns out to be a huge asshole. You're like,
See,
fuck.
I always try to be just the opposite. I always try to have that first impression of this dude is a complete asshole. Because if you're at your lowest common denominator, you have nowhere to go but up.
Two of my best friends.
Is that why you dress like that?
Why you always gotta be fucking with me, man?
So two of my best friends.
Saying
Who
I
turned out to be
reflect
my-
on shit more than a motherfucking mirror.
So my one friend, like I had a really bad first impression on him. He first of all he had this like douchebag haircut, like
You really judge a dude by his haircut?
well let me
Let
continue.
him finish the point.
He had this like really douchey hair because the hair was just all I don't know, it's like it's like all he didn't have like a lot of hair to begin with. And it's all pushed like there. And he's walking with this like pissed off look, like I'm
Like a Dwight Schrute kind of.
yeah, kinda. Just I don't know how to explain it. Who has a haircut like that? But it's just like all pushed this way,
Okay.
and he just got this pissed off look, like I don't want to be here. And I was like, it was at work, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna have an attitude like that, then find another fucking job. So, the more I got to know him, I was like, all right, maybe he's not too bad. He's like one of my best friends. Another dude, like, not to be like sound like a bully or nothing, but this another dude, I saw this dude. He's got these like Coke bottle glasses, and he just seemed like the biggest fucking nerd. And I'm like, what a nerd, man. And he's like, I partied with this dude more than I ever partied with anybody else. So, and on the other hand, there's people that I thought were cool that turned out to be huge assholes, but I'm still friends with them somehow. We have a mutual acquaintance, Joe. That's like that.
He is talking about all of us.
Yeah. No.
Now, did you
So
catch
I'm
that
looking
line?
at you. I'm like,
I'm the asshole.
No, not you two.
douchebag.
No, I've always been like that. I always try to put out that don't fuck with me. I don't want to fucking deal with you kind of personality when I first meet somebody, just so they can get the vibe of I'm not gonna fuck with
trying
this
to
dude.
Get to
But that's a hood mentality.
I'm sure he gets to know
too.
you. And sometimes it's like that's why I like, because you guys are all married. But I'm a single guy, I go on these dates. And sometimes I don't think it's fair, it's like when you're the first dates, first impressions, like I get nervous, and I try to play it off cool. And
I hate
try to carry
The
it.
best way you could do on a first date, man.
But
This is solid advice. This is gold. Act like you don't give a fuck.
oh, I know. I
Yeah.
try to do that.
I don't
but,
need
low expectations.
but
Right, I might ask you how your day is, but while you're doing that, I'm gonna be fucking flipping. I'm not
But
paying
it's-
attention to you because it doesn't really matter.
See, I don't know if that's a good idea.
sometimes I wonder if it's like my personality because
I don't know.
I've been married a long time.
Yeah.
because I felt that like with my personality, like when I think when people first get to know me, first of all, I had this like weird like I'm stoned all the fucking time or drunk or something. I walk around like this.
I did get
I
that
get
vibe
days.
from you. I was like,
Yeah,
damn, this dude
yeah.
is drunk.
And then I think people are, when they first meet me, they're a little like testing. Like, well, is this dude okay? Is he, I feel like my best relationships are like people that I went to school with or work with that have no choice but to be around me for a long period,
Right. So I
period
think
of time.
that's the best case to meet people is in group social settings where you
Because-
get to know somebody and there's no pressure to like
Work is a great
impress
place to meet
them.
people.
Yeah,
Right.
work and school, any like group events or you can go to if you like join clubs, that kind of stupid stuff where you don't have to interact with the person one-on-one all the time. Like I met my wife in school and we were in the same class together, and then eventually we just started like sitting in the common area near each other, and that's how we kind of like met and asked her out, that kind of thing.
Now, were you doing? Did you do the George McFly when you're like hanging out in the tree?
With the binoculars.
Have you ever seen that movie? Well, that's on Cinema Sins, I think. But that dude, George McFly, was a total fucking
Creep.
stalker.
Yeah.
Creep. He'd have been arrested.
Well, that dude in
Because-
general, Crispin
yeah,
Glover,
Crispin-
is
yeah.
He's a
huge.
great fucking role though he played.
So
Yeah.
you met your wife at school. How did
Right.
you meet your wife?
Through a friend, my buddy Hernan. We were friends, and he hooked us up. I was down in Phoenix, Arizona, and I came home and I started texting with Kim. I was going out with this girl Reese down in Phoenix, and when I came back to Cleveland for the fantasy football draft, I had a week of leave, and I was messing with Kim that week, and I was trying to extend down to Arizona. So basically, it was like if I was going down in Phoenix, I was gonna have Reese. Because I was at that transition.
You were hedging your bet.
Once you're fucking 30, you're pretty much just gonna marry the person who you're fucking dating for 6 months or more. Just usually what happens.
How old are you?
38.
I mean, how long have you had a relationship longer than a year or two with the chick?
Have I?
Yeah.
I'd say about, I don't know. I'd say the longest I had was like, I don't know if it was like for a year.
And once you get that year two mark, whatever, you're just gonna marry somebody. I mean, it just happens like that. So
I met my
So
wife
it's like you want to
in
settle? Sure.
pretty much. I mean, at that point, I wanted to have kids, man. I really did.
So
Oh, well, I was
is
thinking
it
of-
like good enough? Okay.
So yeah, I mean, so I ended up they canceled my Phoenix orders, and I ended up coming back to Cleveland. Me and Kim ended up getting married and having a baby. Then another
Baby.
baby, and then bought a house and a couple cars.
Settled down and
All right, live this awesome suburbia
Wow,
life.
that's a John
Got-
Mellencamp song.
got
sir.
the white
Yeah,
picket
it
fence
is.
and
I met my wife at a nursing home. We were working. She was changing diapers.
How much did you ship, and why were you in the nursing home?
I was working. I was
Working on another
of
bowel
course.
movement, then your wife had to change it. What the fuck
You
was you
set him
doing?
up, man. You set him up.
there's
know,
no like
set 'em
jokes
up.
in there. You can-
I know, it was so funny. You got that vein throbbing right now.
Did she use
What
scented
were
or
you guys? What you
scented
guys
or unscented wipes?
Scented, sir. Always scented.
was it mint? Like was it mint, or did you guys go with the gravy and potatoes flavor of wipe?
Are you saying just because I'm fat, I like gravy and potatoes? I do like gravy and potatoes.
That's good. Doesn't that sound good right now? Hey, if
I
you're
don't
out
like-
there, the two guys out there, Bring us some KFC mashed potatoes.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
I
those
only.
are so good.
You
know,
guys-
right? Get the
they're like-
biscuits in there.
Let me ask you, like mashed potatoes without gravy, like with butter. I think that's disgusting.
I gotta have gravy.
Gravy.
I
Yeah,
can't
gravy.
eat
Mashed
them.
potatoes with gravy
I'm-
is not a complete thing.
I'm weird with mashed potatoes. I don't
That's,
even
that's,
like
that's,
the
that's
fucking.
like a jelly sandwich.
Yeah, or it's
Yeah.
like eating a cheese sandwich.
I don't
It
even-
just it doesn't quite cut it.
I don't even like the flavored ones. Like there's like a sour cream one. There's like a cheese one.
What,
I need
potatoes?
and
mashed
and
potatoes?
You've never
Yeah,
had
mashed
the
potato,
mashed
like
potatoes
cheese.
with
Yeah,
sour
yeah,
cream?
yeah.
So they're
potatoes.
just straight like sour cream mashed potatoes.
Right,
Is that
but
what
like
you're
they're. Well, I'm saying there's like different flavored mashed potatoes.
Right.
That they make
Yeah, that
where
needs
you don't have
gravy.
to put gravy.
Yeah, you
gravy
have to
on
have
it.
gravy.
Unless it's like homemade, unless like they're like homemade potatoes, like my aunt makes. It's really. But anyhow, for mashed potatoes, I need to douse them with gravy. Like there can't be any potato showing.
I put a whole cup in the center. Like I make like a.
Oh
like
no,
a cup,
I just
and then I
You
just
make a
dump
divot?
the gravy in there to where it fills the top. And then what I do is I take the bread or a roll or whatever I have, and I put butter on it.
yeah.
And I fold it up and dip that into the gravy.
No.
That is the best tasting thing in the entire universe.
I need gravy all over the mashed potatoes. You can't
So
see
good.
one. You
I
can't
don't wanna
any
see no
potatoes.
white.
Let me ask you this: do when stuffing or dressing, whatever the Southerners call it?
Stuffing is
Stuffing.
inside the bird. Dressing is outside the bird.
Okay, it's all stuffing to me.
Yeah, to me it's all stuff.
Yeah, dressings. I think it's
Stovetop or
original.
homemade?
Homemade all day. Homemade all
Stovetop.
fucking
Homemade's
day.
gross.
Get out of here.
Stovetop.
Depends-
Very good.
I've had so many different kinds of homemade
Stovetop
stuffing.
is
No, I'm telling your mother on you, young man.
She makes stovetop.
Oh, come
Stovetop
on.
with the gravy, dude, is pretty good.
I'll tell you what.
You know what's funny about Thanksgiving food?
That's like saying biscuits and gravy. Do you actually get the biscuit or the gravy from fucking a can or a pack, or do you make it homemade? You always make it homemade.
You,
It tastes
well, I
better.
mean, if you can have biscuit and gravy in a bag, and it can still be.
It
Yeah,
tastes
that
like
biscuit-
shit.
No, it could be really good. Dude,
The
I'll tell you,
the stuff at work is from a bag. You know what it is.
oh yeah, for sure. But when I was at the best biscuit, one of the best biscuits and gravy, I swear to God, Tri-C West Campus, it was like $1.50. And you knew I was out of a bag, but it was just so good. I mean,
Yeah, it's good.
if they got the right consistency with the meat, it can be good.
Let me tell you something about stuffing though. It's like chili or it's like there's whole different recipes. There's like
Yeah.
different recipes, you know. There's not just
There's
one
only one
type
for me.
of
It's
recipe.
stovetop. The little tiny.
Oh no,
squares.
my mom, like this stuffing. First of all, like when you look at it, it looks gross. It looks like something. It looks like stuffing from a couch. But damn, if that doesn't taste. If that wasn't like the best tasting stuffing I
love
ever had
mixing
in
the
my
gravy with
freaking
gravy and
life.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
is
gravy
good,
and
too.
stuff is good. Yeah.
How did we devolve into food talk again?
Who cares? All
Because
food
we're a bunch
doesn't
of
matter.
I mean, we like food, guys.
Food junkies.
First of all, I changed the
Shit,
conversation.
you gotta, but why don't we eat Thanksgiving food more than just Thanksgiving? Like we should do that once.
I
a
try
month.
to buy stovetop, and then I try like the
You-
powdered mashed potatoes.
You ever get the Pilgrim at Get-Go? You ever had that? It's like turkey and cranberry sauce and mashed potatoes.
I
and
think I
stuffing.
have. Yeah,
Is that the stuff I see in the little
It's
sign
just-
at the gas
yeah.
dude,
That's
the Gecko is
fantastic.
great food.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck what
fantastic
anybody says.
food.
The Gecko,
Well, I apparently ain't allowed to go back there. I stole gas.
the Gecko
I
is
would-
one.
I haven't gone
Gecko's
to
one
a
of the-
Sheets. I used to go to Sheets all the time,
Sheets is good food. Too.
but I haven't gone to Sheets since
Is there
that
Sheets
Gecko opened
around
up at my
here?
house.
There's Sheets.
So,
yeah,
speaking
Lear
of
Nagel.
which, now
and
that
Sir
you
Rich.
brought it up, there's a
Rich
few companies I'm banning or I'm boycotting at this.
Okay.
Jimmy John's,
Okay.
because
Why?
they killed the black rhino, and I don't like that shit.
Okay.
They're not freaky fast.
But
Okay.
we got the
Funny
unwich,
commercial.
which is
Nikes,
lettuce. Okay, because they have slave labor.
slave labor.
Well, dude, wait, before you go on with the Nikes, they came out with these Air Zoom Pegasus Browns colors. You see these Browns Nike shoes? Dude, them bitches are raw. They would go great with that
I wanna
fucking
talk about
shirt.
I
pumpkin
enjoy
pie.
the shoes,
They're like $120. If you're
They
out there and
look
want to buy me
nice,
some shoes, you know,
but I will not buy them until they
I need
do right by their slave standards.
Patreon.com/STD podcast for Joe shoes.
I need a girlfriend who could buy me some shoes.
You're married.
I know
sir.
that's why the girlfriend would buy me the shoes. With some money. See, that's the thing with all these girls out there. They're all broke just like
Apparently, you're going to concerts with them.
I just go whoever wants to
Out
go
of
to
the
show,
whole
man.
car full of people, not a tit.
Nope.
Did you ask a dude if they wanted to go to a concert? No, probably not.
Yeah, well, I want to go with a bunch of dudes. I mean,
You did do that.
I've always
once.
went to
You did
concerts
do.
with a group.
well,
of
every
people.
time. I mean, honestly, with concerts, I ask who I know is going to be reliable to go. I mean, there's people who would want to go, but nobody. There's a few people who can fucking know. It's
When
Tuesday night or whatever. Oh, you're gonna bring a shirt.
Oh, remember that concert we went to last year?
Yeah, dude, that's just
I saw that. Yeah, that was good.
Who was that?
Oh, that was like fucking Puddle of Mud. We left after like the second show.
Yeah,
Puddle
second
of
act.
mud.
There was this
Yeah.
place down in Akron. The Akron, what is it, fucking Akron?
Civic Center.
Civic Center, or whatever.
Joe lives in the
Building.
90s, man. You know that, right?
What's wrong with that? The 90s is a
Little
great decade.
Wayne, fucking Blink 182.
Oh, those are the shows that had the free.
What's wrong?
Put 'em
First of
with
all,
mud.
what is wrong with the '90s music?
Nothing's wrong with the 90s music.
Just
Just this motherfucker had the nerve to say I reflect on shit more than a mirror, but yet this motherfucker lives in the 90s.
Gotcha.
He ain't seen a relevant act in 10 years.
When's the Savage Garden concert?
Savage fucking Garden. Who
I
went to
want
this?
to run
Savage
with
Garden. I didn't go to Savage
you in
Blessed Union
the
of Souls.
night.
They're actually on VetTix right now. Blessed Union of Souls.
You know, Smashing
I
Pumpkins
saw No
came to town.
Effects. That's kind of old.
DOS Effects. Oh,
No
no effects.
Effects.
Oh, that pop punk. Or
Yeah, I was big into punk.
I want to go to
90s.
Smashing Pumpkins. They just came to town. They were at
They
Blossom.
were on the
Ago.
fucking
with
VetTix too. Noah Gallagher and
with
the
Oasis.
Flamebirds.
Yeah.
I don't know about Noel Gallagher.
I love Oasis. I'll tell you what, Oasis.
Oasis was great.
That was a
I
great
don't
band.
care for these remade bands.
Oh, that would be great if like all those '90s bands came together. Oh fuck! I'd be
Dude,
there.
there's this Defined by the '90s show up in Detroit. Man, we should go. It's on the 7th of September. It's
Who's
the
on
night
it?
before. It's like a cover band. They play all the fucking.
Oh, it's a cover.
But I'll tell
I'm
you what
not
though.
traveling to Detroit for a cover
Well, I
band.
gotta go up there to get some weed anyways. But I'm saying, Pat, you could go up there and you can meet some fucking Michigan bitches and shit at that fucking concert.
Back to comedy and chuckle sluts.
Yeah. That's
There's
that's
chuckle
that's
sluts
segue.
to be had.
Yeah.
Stay away from these disease-infected 90s hood rats. Trust me, there's nothing good coming from the 90s titties.
Yeah, that's not true at all, man.
They're all our age, man.
What's wrong with people our age?
Yeah. So what's
I mean,
wrong with that?
Pat,
Your balls hang low. You
What's
know
wrong
their
with
nipples
39?
are.
Are you, Pat? Are you trying to start a like? Say you are looking to settle down long term. Are you trying to start a family, or are you cool with just however if she has?
Do you
kids
want to
or-
be a child, or do you want to be a child? Holy shit! My
Do you
bad.
want children?
Oh, shit,
Do you
my
want
bad.
children? Is what I meant.
Dude, if you wore a diaper for Halloween, that'd be
Yeah.
a fucking hilarious costume.
Do you want kids?
Do I want kids? That's a good question. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, my sister has two boys.
Sometimes you do when you see how great they are. Sometimes
Exactly.
you don't when they're screaming
So I-
and crying and shitting themselves.
So I have two nephews, 5 and 3, who I love dearly.
But I don't want kids because
But
of them.
I babysit them, you know, once in a while, like once or twice a week. And sometimes it's great just to send them back home to my sister and my brother-in-law. You know,
it's
because
different when
they
they're,
just
when
get
they're
on-
your own, though.
See,
Oh yeah,
they just
I love my kid,
all kids are bipolar, is what it is. They're cool the next day, and the next thing they're going, it's like,
But
oh god,
I could do without the teenage
poop in your
years.
face.
You know what I'm saying?
I
When they're
went
little
to-
and they're cute, and they just kind of.
I hate you, Daddy.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck if you hate me.
No,
I
dude,
ain't here to be your friend.
And I went to the teenage years with Kayla, dude. And you guys see her at episode 2 if you're going back in.
I think she's still into teenage years.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's you gotta fucking I
We ever
didn't
do
have-
a best of
I
the
didn't
show?
have- I didn't have
That
a-
was-
I didn't have a say back then, obviously, but it's man, it's rough with some of
Teenage
these-
years are hard, man.
especially with chicks, with kids, these women, these girl kids.
We ever do like a we ever
These
get
girl
These
kids.
girl kids.
These girl kids.
These female youth.
But yeah,
Girls are just so emotional.
but
And I'm me. This is who I am every day of my life.
I mean, when
I'm
you got,
loud.
when you
I'm-
got your kids, though, I mean, like Tom was saying, when it's your kids, you just whatever. The instinct just kicks in. Like you can't even explain it. It's like if you saw a fucking burning old woman walking down the street and you had a bucket of water, you're gonna put the fucking fire out.
It depends
It's
on if
like
I
that-
like the bitch or not.
It's like that with me in a day. You just fucking know. I mean, at least to me. I mean, like when I'm doing stuff, I'm gonna think, okay, how am I gonna maximize my fun, but to where I can bring the kids along to where they're not gonna be that bored. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'll go to a buddy's house who smokes, or I can take them to the bar and they can mess around with the pool table for an hour or two. Just don't go to the park, mess around. Just something where we can both have fun. I think what a lot of parents go wrong is they'll go see some shit fucking Disney movie. Oh, let's go see, the Emoji Movie 2 or whatever the fuck. And the movie's so crap. And it's kind of lazy parenting. You're just going to see these crap movies. I mean, would you agree with that?
That's a break.
I mean, I agree
See,
with
here's
the break.
where I'm
Let-
lucky though.
I-
My wife and my daughter like to do things together, which is fine.
Oh,
So
they can do-
they go do their thing with
yeah, they can do the beauty,
Right.
beauty chick shit, get their face painted up or whatever. Or the nails.
But they like the same music, so they like to go to country concerts. I don't listen to country music.
Dude, they had that Florida Georgia Line show coming up, man. $150 just to get in the fucking arena.
we are going all over the fucking
That's
place,
crazy,
man.
dude.
This is like the ADD show.
Every show is ADD.
So yeah, I mean,
undiagnosed ADD.
being a parent's fun. Like, I'm glad I have a teenager and I'm almost done to the point where I ain't got to really worry about it too much. Once you hit 18, you got to fucking figure out the world yourself. I can't help you after that.
I always knew I was going to be a father, though. Like, there wasn't a doubt in my mind I was going to have kids. I just had to, find
Yeah, I mean, I thought it'd be cool to be a parent and teach them right and wrong and right from wrong, excuse me. But then there are times where
But then you worry about it the entire time, whether or not you're making the right decisions.
I don't
Yeah.
worry about that at all. I mean, I just fucking wing
But-
it. Fuck it.
I guess
I mean,
I'm looking.
it's instinct to me that I'm going to be a good father. I'm not going to do anything wrong by my kids. It's not going to, run to the store and give me some booze. I'm not going to be like that.
But as I'm getting older, I'm pushing 40. I'll be 40 in less than 2 years.
Clock
and-
ticking, buddy.
I know. So right now, I think my main priority with a relationship is just,
Finding one.
finding
first.
one, lock them down.
Wow!
Listen,
Well,
I didn't
I
even
wasn't
say-
gonna say it like
I hear
that.
what you said.
He was like finding one, locking her down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
you
yeah.
said
Oh,
that.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Go from there.
just clicking with somebody, companionship, chemistry.
The key is just not
I guess
overthinking it.
you
man.
have it. I mean, like
I'm not
I'm
gonna.
sure we all have great chemistry with our wives.
First of all, I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to just, find somebody, the next one, and just be like, no, I ain't gonna do that.
So do you have an ideal woman in mind?
No, yeah, there you go.
I do.
Okay.
Like, what do you look for in a woman?
Before they built the train tracks, or before the train roads, they got to build the track. So what's your track?
It's my track.
Yeah.
Like what qualities or just?
Yeah, like
Let's
what
start-
kind of
let's
wood are
start-
you using? And what
let's-
kind of metal?
Let's start with the
The
outside.
basic physical attributes.
Are you using Chinese labor or union labor?
Okay.
Well, what's the
we got ladies.
what's the
listening
min,
in
what's
this,
the min,
man. I don't
min
wanna-
max on things?
No, there's no
Height,
females
weight.
listening.
Yeah, but they might.
Hair
No,
color,
no,
eye color.
But the only way out is through,
physical-
bro. So
Can
what
we just
do
talk
you?
about personality?
I'll tell you right now.
Listen,
I'll tell you right now. I had
listen.
certain parameters when it came to dating when it came to finding a woman to live with and to marry.
Teeth is your first.
She had to have all her teeth.
Oh yeah.
She had to be able to cook. She couldn't have light nipples.
Cooking is a very overrated skill. in
I'm
my
dead
opinion.
serious.
Now
I
listen
just
to me.
Have you
listen.
ever seen them chicks with the tits and the nipples are the same color as the skin on their tits? That fucking freaks me out. I can't deal with that shit.
I didn't know that was a thing.
What was
It's
your
a total thing.
What was your
Google
entrance
it.
level on the nipple length? Like, were you cool?
I don't
with-
care how big your nipples are. They just had to be dark.
It can be about that big for me. All right. At
They
least,
couldn't be the same.
At least that.
They couldn't be the same color as your boobs.
Now, if they're bigger than Farrah Fawcett nipples, then I don't know.
As far as an ass, I'm not an ass
No,
man. Everybody has an ass.
Okay,
I know
let me
some
just-
dudes love an ass. Me, I don't really.
This is why I don't. One quality I really don't like is like a girly, girly girl.
See, I
Kind
like.
of like a more high maintenance one.
Yeah.
I like to have
like
my.
oh,
the fact my
spider.
wife's a
Oh my
girly girl.
god. See, I kind of like the tomboyish.
One that can kind
type.
of take care of themselves a little more.
I like the tomboyish independent, not too independent where they're like, "Fuck you, I don't even know, man."
You need to go with some country concerts.
Dude, their country concerts is fucking pussy
Country
stupid.
concerts are a fucking blast because they all get drunk, run around half naked, slip and fall.
The
It's
thing,
a great
the
time.
thing with chicks is, man, you get wherever they're
Go to
comfortable.
Toby Keith. It'll change your life.
Wherever they're comfortable.
I'm
is
not
where
playing with you.
I
Toby Keith is the way.
agree. I'm just laughing.
I
Loving
think
with
everybody in
you.
the service secretly hates Toby Keith, no?
So what is your
Toby Keith.
ideal woman?
Oh yeah.
My ideal woman.
Big
Very
boobs,
good.
little boobs.
So fucking.
I like boobs. I'm a boob
I'm
Dude,
man.
a
titties are
boob
the
man.
shit.
I'm not an ass man.
I'm a TNA. I'm a TNA for sure.
Nipples, titties and shit,
Oh, I love them.
They should have those.
right?
But
no pixelated.
I love, and then
the fucking 90s.
You know what, turn off- I'm gonna sound high. I'm probably gonna sound high maintenance, but maybe not.
You like what you like.
I
man.
turn
You
off.
like it.
A turn off for me is, see, I love sports,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
so I'd like to
I'm gonna
find a
100%
woman
agree
who
with
is
what he's
Into
saying right
sports too.
into sports too.
Okay.
That's such a
Going
fucking
to sporting events is my favorite thing to do
Dude,
in the world.
I would 100% agree with that. If you're a chick and you have passing baseball knowledge, you can talk about football, so like that turns a 6 into a 9 in my book. You know what I mean?
And then
That's fucking so hot.
but I don't know.
So
That is a turn off for a girl that doesn't know, and it's like, but doesn't know anything about the
Right,
sport.
like baseball, did they get touchdown?
Like how many,
So you don't
like
want
how
to
many points you get when you hit that home run?
Right. So you don't want to be sitting with her, like 6 months into your relationship, watching a Browns game or something like that, and she's like, "Oh, what happens when they get in the touchdown? When they get in the end zone?"
Yeah,
You don't want to. You want them to already be aware of what's going on. To actually
You
have,
have to have
conversation
some
with them.
kind of
like
knowledge.
are we in? Or like-
Hold on a second.
Like, oh, the Browns made the playoffs. Are they in the Super Bowl then? Are they going to be in the Super Bowl then?
Yeah.
No, I don't mind my girl. Like my wife is completely different than I am. Some of what I'm into, she's not into. What she's into, I'm not into. But we have common ground at the same time.
Right.
I don't mind her having her own thing and me having my own thing.
I think that's good though. I think that's good to have slightly different. You have some common things, and that's more like the Venn diagram, right? You're separate, but you have some overlap with each other.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's not like we have to hit on all cylinders. Everything. It's
Right.
not like
You don't be dating
I'm
yourself.
this way. I want you to be exactly. There. Oh
I am
yeah,
sexy,
differences. Opposites
Sometimes I look
attract.
at my
especially-
mirror and I'm like, damn.
Especially in that orange jumpsuit.
Opposites attract. I agree.
Look,
Dude, prison chicks are so.
you don't
hot.
even understand. I will rock some orange and fucking.
You've been
I own
binging
that shit.
Orange is the New
Well,
Black
but
lately.
What was I stopped in season 2 when I back in 2014 when I was doing my last bit of my guard service. I was down in Columbus and I watched up to season 2 of Orange is the New Black on my tablet.
I've never
And
seen
then-
an episode.
It's pretty good, man.
I haven't seen one
there's
single
a lot of
episode.
lesbo action in it.
Yeah.
You know
There's a lot of
what?
lesbians, a lot of tits. It's worth a watch.
I don't know. Another note. You know, another show I've never seen that I can't believe I've never seen is The Sopranos. I've never seen one episode
Also,
of The
wow.
Sopranos.
Cruz and Cortez.
I've
they
never
fucking
seen
jack off
Sopranos.
each other.
I know.
I've never
I
seen
know.
the last season.
Or the Game of Thrones.
I've seen
I've
every
never,
You
episode.
never
I've
seen
watched
Sopranos?
a few episodes of Game of
You never
Thrones.
seen Sopranos? I've seen Game of Thrones. I've seen Breaking Bad. Fantastic show, Breaking Bad. Oh,
Yeah, I gotta watch that one.
I mean, that's on the list. Like, if somebody's what's gonna happen with Breaking Bad is I'll watch it when somebody turns it on and I'm there and we're bored in some festival.
I mean,
and
if
kill 3 days.
you're a fan of The Sopranos, then you'll definitely. That is.
Sopranos
from-
is a great show, man. Sopranos is a great show.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta sit down and watch it. I have no reason.
So, what are some like deal breakers you got?
What
No go, like, first date you find this out. It's like, the date's always like you're not talking to her again because of this, or even like before you meet her, like someone's gonna hook you up with a blind date, and they're like, oh yeah, she's got a third arm. It's like, no,
Oh
Can't do that.
man,
That's a great song, Use Your Third Arm by Pantera.
She's an amputee.
Um,
Anybody hear the new song by Tool?
I saw people
It's
posting
garbage.
about
Well,
It's fucking garbage.
the teeth, like the teeth thing. If she smiles and she's missing a tooth, or
There's like a
something.
certain shade. Like I would say,
Okay.
as long as it's like a Post-it, it has to be way less yellow than a Post-it. Like I'm cool because a lot of chicks smoke, whatever. I mean, my teeth ain't exactly fucking not yellow because they smoke, whatever. But like,
I don't mind the smoking.
right, yeah, I mean, yeah, as long as you're cool
lot
with
of-
smoking. I mean,
A lot of people. That's a turn off for a lot of people smoking.
I'm ambivalent to it. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I mean,
Anything else?
See, that's a hard question.
Ugly
man. That's
feet.
a hard question.
Ugly feet. Got some gnarly toes.
That's a
You,
hard.
you can't look like you're half
Okay,
caveman and
height.
shit.
Okay.
If you're taller than me, forget it.
yeah,
Okay.
that's
A lot of girls are like that too. They don't like
See,
short
I
guys.
don't mind
Yeah.
a girl being taller than me.
'Cause
I'm 5'9". I realize I'm not the tallest dude.
I'm 5'11". I'm barely 6, and
Well, that's a chick. That's a mutual attraction with chicks too. Most chicks are not attracted to guys.
Did I send that video on our share chat with basically like the hypocrisy?
Yeah,
of
Tom
both-
Hates' part.
Oh yeah, the hypocrisy.
Oh yeah, because
of-
you are so
of-
short.
yeah, 5'7".
Now ain't your wife taller than you?
No, she's 5'6",
It heals. She's taller.
and
Do you allow her to wear heels? Or you like, look, man,
She
you
ain't
can't
wear
show me
sandals.
up.
she
ceremony.
purposely doesn't wear heels.
Like my wife is like 2 inches shorter than me,
Yeah.
so I have the same kind of problem.
Yeah,
But she don't wear high heels.
It's-
Now my daughter's taller than me, and she's 15.
yeah,
but height is an instant turn off for me.
yeah.
They have to be shorter than me.
So back to the hypocrisy.
Oh, it's
you were getting going.
hypocrisy
here.
of heightism. And there's that video that we watched was basically that a guy asked a bunch of girls like, is it okay for a guy to be shorter than you, and that kind of thing. Other girls like, no, the guy's got to be taller than me. So it's like, why? It's like, do you think that's what's the word he used? Not heightism or that kind of thing. Where is that fair? He's like, no, because that's just what I prefer. It's like, okay, then it was okay if a guy says, is it okay for you to ask how tall they are before you meet them? And that kind of thing. Oh yeah, that's fair. So okay, is it okay if a guy asks your weight? How heavy are you? How much do you weigh versus you asking the guy how tall you are? Like, oh, well, no, that's not fair. That's not right. Like, well, what's the difference? You can change your weight. Guy can't change his height. It's not his fault. It's genes.
Who's Mickey Furley? Right?
That's another thing.
Wait, hold
Wait.
on. We got to comment. Mickey Furley writes, there's more people on this show than are watching. What does that tell you?
It sucks.
Yeah, that means. All right.
Who said that?
Mickey Furley.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I have no
I don't know who he is, but fuck him.
All right. What's your
Wait. What do you look for in a weight?
man.
What kind of name is Mickey Farley?
That's such a McFoley. What?
It sounds like a cheap fucking knockoff.
See, I don't know. That's a controversial question, man. I don't want to.
You're sitting home on a Friday night typing that
I
shit?
don't wanna-
Like, really?
I don't want to offend anybody. You know what I mean? I don't want to offend.
That's
Why?
fair.
Why? What is this fear of
My rule,
offending
I always like. I always
Because
the
that's a
boobs,
sensitive. Way's a sensitive thing.
there's a boob rule I got. Like, if the boobs, the titties, chicks' titties, just come up more than her gut, then that's a cool way. You know,
I like.
cool way like that or s'more.
I like curves. Let's just say that. I like curves. Let's just say
So
that.
you don't want to no bag of bones.
I don't like.
Okay,
I don't like them rail. Yeah, I don't like rail thin.
He probably did.
Yeah, what
I'm gonna sit here and tell them how bad their show sucks, but I'm sitting here on a Friday night with my dick in my hand, typing on a computer. Shut the fuck up. Move it forward. See, that's how you handle shit. When that dude was fucking with you, you should have done that exact same
I
thing.
should have.
Fuck that dude.
I should have. You're right. Oh.
Don't be mad because we're all hanging out and talking shit, and you're at home with your dick
Yeah,
in your
you
hand,
don't
typing
have
on
to
a
watch.
computer.
We
You
did.
half a sissy.
My-
Shut the hell up.
Yeah,
You don't like it? Come see me at the B-side, bitch.
Damn, you took that. That's cool. We got the muscle guy. I'm not doing any of the fighting. Don, the fighting is done in his apartment.
Yeah, I'm a little.
I'm so lazy. I think he might be back. We got 3 years now.
He missed all of it. He's just joining back in like, I gotta type this motherfucker and tell him what I think.
Anyway,
All right. What kind of podcast you got, Mick?
All right. What was?
What's
Oh,
she doing?
We sit around and talk about aerodynamics.
I was gonna. There was a full circle point. Oh, back to that thing.
Circle
You know,
jerk?
when you say being a man, you know, back to when Tom was talking about the height and all that. It's like,
You know what's not a man?
what's up?
Sitting on a computer talking about other people's
All
progress.
right, all right.
Okay.
That is not a
all
man.
right, that's
quality.
fine. We don't acknowledge trolls. The
Yeah.
the-
Pull the
Isn't that
thumb
what
out
you
your
told me?
ass.
Isn't that what you told me?
I like to acknowledge
Do it,
it.
do it.
I like to acknowledge it.
rule number 1 of the internet:
Follow your
don't read the
advice.
comments.
right, that's true. That's true. Maybe the no chat option.
Because it's only going to serve to make you mad. And I'm not mad. I
Right.
really don't care. It's all good. I enjoy doing this. I don't give a fuck if nobody watches.
All right.
But but when when they say being a man, society defines the way society defines being a man is next to impossible. Now, back in the 50s, a man could go to whatever job, and the war was ending, and
Oh, yeah, you walk
places-
onto a factory job without a degree. You dropped out of high school in 10th grade.
get a great
You walk
union
on a
job.
factory job, and you're making enough money to support your family and buy a house and a car.
And yeah, you could be sewing stuff, you could be working at Ford, wherever. With a decent salary, you could buy a new car every year. Healthcare was nothing if it was mostly provided by the company and all that. So it was easy to be a man. As the 60s came along, the 70s came along, they started passing laws to where they wanted the government to take the place of a father. They, passed, all these women, including children laws. It was things that were intended to be good. Okay. They're not bad intentions, but they inadvertently exclude a whole segment of society, the man. So being a man, the bar moved so much. And nowadays, chicks will say, well, I'm not going to go out with a guy who doesn't have his own car, doesn't have his own place. They have this litany list of shit.
Okay, I got this. Hold on a second.
What's
I
that?
just typed in 10 qualities of a good man.
Okay.
So let's see here. They're not named Mickey. No.
Come on, man.
A sense of humor,
Oh, that's
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
intelligent,
Yeah.
passion, not sexual but kind, addictive and enthusiastic in a pursuit of confidence,
That's
generous,
vague.
Here you go.
listening,
Oh, let's
romantic,
Fuck that.
being good in bed. I do got that thunder dick. Cooking,
Every guy thinks you're good in bed.
cleaning.
I'm fucking basically this shit.
We know you don't even cut your own grass. Earning potential,
Most of my life. Well, I'm good on that because I have a lot of.
a sense of
I'm
style,
tall. When you're tall, it's so easy. Like there is an inherent bias. Like I would say that because I got deep voice and I'm tall.
Women
that
love
I
tall
can
dudes.
I can walk into a room and there's more of a presence
You
than
command attention.
Yeah, it's like then say if Tom has to walk into a room, you know what I mean?
But
just by
that's
being
not
tall.
necessarily true because I'm short.
It is.
But I
likely.
walk into a room and command attention.
Well, you walk in a room and
See,
pay
I-
attention because
That's because of the orange suit, and,
Right,
and you're like, "Hey,
you're
fucking look at me!"
Yeah, you're calling everybody small dick and big pussy and all that when you walk into the room. But
Am I really that bad?
nah.
Yeah.
I mean, I am kind of out there. I say shit just the way I say
That's
it.
not fair when they're like when you got like when you got a voice like this and you're like 5'3" and you got like pubic hair for peach fuzz for beard, you can't,
Right. I mean, well, chicks have such a lengthy list, though.
A muscular build, height, fitness.
Talk about fitness, dick in your mouth, bitch.
So those are the traits that make you a real man, according to this list.
I wonder how loud that goes. I wonder if the neighbors can hear that shit, you think? No.
Oh, I'm sure. They're probably like, these motherfuckers are at it again.
Well, we've been doing this like 13
When
times.
the
How come
orange
they
light
haven't?
is on, you start a bomb. Yeah, he probably left. If there's two, that dude's gone.
We're gonna get trolled, but this is good. We're getting haters. It's good.
Just wait until like if there's like 50, 100,
It's all good.
300 people.
Here's the thing, though.
Just-
I will address them because I'm not going to sit here and let you run up on and just talk shit. You get what I'm saying?
You don't think you understand how
300
internet
people.
chats and things
Exactly.
work like that?
Yeah,
How trolls work?
spend a day. Spend a day on Twitter.
Dude,
Do you have Twitter?
I don't do Twitter.
You don't get-
Do a Twitter, okay, and just say something, whatever that's using a trending hashtag. Say like, free, Talib is trending on Twitter. Just comment something randomly. Watch the
Keep that motherfucker in there.
Yeah, just say something like that, dude. You will. I got a story coming up about after I make. You will get such fucking vitriol. Is it vitriol?
Vitriol hate.
Vitriol hate.
I'm thinking like Jay and Silent Bob when they finally read the comments about like, then they at the end of the movie they just get money just to go beat up everybody that was talking bad about
See,
it.
but I've always been the type, I really enjoy the hate. You
No,
get
but
what I'm saying? It
I-
just fuels me.
When there was this Me Too, when Me Too was going around, it was right. Me Too was going around. Called me a case of Me Too. There was this celebrity. She's pseudo celebrity. She had a blue check. She's blue check. About 180,000 followers or something. And she said something about whatever, and I said something. It was controversial, for their movement or whatever. And man, I almost got a fucking "you got famous" moment. I had to delete that comment. I was this fucking close to being a fucking viral thing, dude. The YouTube, the hate is.
What was the comment?
I 100% can remember because I can't delete it, or I deleted
Wow,
it.
great story there.
No, but I'm saying the point is that.
One time I made a comment, I can't remember what it was.
No, but I'm just saying that the hate on Twitter. It's unlike Facebook because there's a lot of anonymous accounts. You can still be anonymous.
The anonymity of the websites just fuel people to just say whatever they want.
Yeah, if people think they're never going to have to respond.
Yeah, I mean, you say things that you wouldn't say to somebody's face.
Oh yeah.
Anything I say, I'm willing to say to your face.
Yeah. Well, that's not. The
If you
internet.
suck as a human being, I'm
That's
going to
not
tell
the
you you
internet.
fucking suck as a human being.
And unfortunately, yeah, the internet is a lot of this shit now. And
It's just the sissy generation. It gets on my last fucking nerve, man.
Oh, I'm sure it's a
Well,
bunch of old.
Well, it's
old
not even,
geezers, too.
Well, yeah, it's not even just everybody is a snowflake on the other internet whether or not they want to admit it or not. You know what I mean? People they're more sensitive. Like if somebody posted a comment and you say you posted a video and somebody got on there, you come back when you're funny or you suck balls and ass or something like that. Or because reconsider your life, Don, before you do another show. Something to that level.
I got into it the other day with this chick who had fucking Chinese writing as her name.
Okay.
And it started out, it was about she posted something about Trump and Epstein.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, Trump killed Epstein. I was like, are you fucking retarded? The Clintons killed Epstein. She's like, how can you blame it on Hillary? She's not in office. I was like, the point is that you don't have to be in office to reach somebody and kill them. She was like, is that a joke? I see you're a comedian. You're not even funny. I was like, look, bitch, before you even come addressing me, why don't you go in the fucking mirror and shave your armpits? Because I know you're protesting some kind of Catholic church by letting your armpits grow, but nobody wants to see you lift your arm and there's a snuffleupagus underneath it. Okay, bitch? Bye.
Ew.
Yeah, you can't.
She's like, I'm reporting you for sensitivity.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit, man. You can't. There's.
Yeah.
I got to tell you a story about Facebook censorship. There's this Facebook group I'm in. It used to be called Pigskin Trash Dog. It's a football trash dog group. There was about 10,000 strong. We would use gay slurs and the R word and shit like that. Just typical '90s slurs and whatnot.
R word.
And the retard. We were supposed to say
You're
that.
not supposed to say that on the air, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you asked what it was. I had to acknowledge
For
that.
context.
Yeah, if you're using it contextually, it's not violating the agreement that we came upon. But yeah, they just canceled.
I think we've all broke that agreement.
But I mean, about a month ago, or a couple weeks ago, they just totally canceled the whole group out of blue just because of violating hate speech standards. Now, keep in mind, it was all in jest. The entire group was in jest. But it's a new era with speech out there, man. I mean, while we might not think we should be able to say what we want because of free speech concerns, we just have to it's just a sensitive time, man. We just have to watch some of it. It's sad to say, you just got to. I mean, you really
understand something. I am a comedian.
I know that, but I mean,
my goal is to push the envelope. The reason I started doing comedy was because of people like Richard Pryor and because of people like fucking George Carlin, people who pushed the envelope in the face of censorship.
But if
I sit here and I allow you to censor what I feel like saying on stage, then I am bastardizing the art that I love. And I'm not willing to do that as a person.
Well, what if 80 to 85 to 90? I'm not saying this is the case, but say 85 to 90% of the people in the audience, like, I mean, they're not gonna laugh at jokes.
Then don't laugh.
It's cringe.
Right.
Then don't laugh.
That's true, but I mean, at that point, you have to move the bar.
My shit's still gonna be funny. I'm still gonna make you laugh.
There's jokes I would tell in the '90s I wouldn't tell today. I mean, I got there's probably 130 jokes about minorities and gays. I just physically wouldn't tell them today because a lot of them just aren't funny.
Is it about how great Bill Cosby is?
I did a joke, and it was in one of my very first fucking times ever doing comedy. It was about the last white rhino in existence. And I was like, they're looking for a female to help reprocreate the species. But here's my question. Ain't that ain't that a total performance anxiety? Like, what if he ain't horny that day? Or even worse, what if he's gay? What if they bring the female rhino in and he's like, hey girl, where are these guys? It's raining men, baby. Hey, that's real fucked up, right? It's a total gay joke. It's not bashing gay people. I'm just saying, what if the right rhino's gay? You can't say that on stage. Bullshit. This is comedy, man. This is what it's about. It's about pushing the envelope.
Well, that's true, but I mean, if it's just,
and if
you're at a point in society
where we continue to allow censorship to creep into that, though, we're gonna kill off this art form.
Not necessarily. It's about being more creative.
I don't want to listen to a bunch of people telling the same PC jokes.
That's when you incorporate a joke about that concept and make it a different thing. You know what I mean? I like the challenge of working around different censorships and all that. You know what I mean? It makes it more fun. You know what I mean? If you just there's just jokes. What was funny in the '90s just isn't funny anymore. Comedy shifts. You know what I mean? We're just as a society, we're a lot more sensitive. Whether or not we're all. We'll admit it, we're all more sensitive.
We're not.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
No, it's the.
If I was to post a Colin Kaepernick ad, you'd instantly be triggered. Instantly, you say something. I guarantee it.
I just think he's a piece of shit. But that's my right to have that opinion.
Right now, exactly. That's your sensitivity.
It's not a sensitive thing. I don't hate the guy. I just think he's a hypocrite.
Right, but it's a touchy subject with you. You know what I mean? That's how people
Jesse
are.
Smollett.
Yeah, Jesse Smollett. Like what if I was like, Jesse Smollett really is a good actor. Look all.
Yeah.
If you consider the whole picture, you would go off on that. It's just a different.
That's sensitivity,
right?
You know,
that's why you just have to be more creative. I mean, not you necessarily. I'm just saying in comedy, it's a challenge. We have to be more creative and work around people's sensitivities. This is the way it goes. You have to talk about stuff. You have to find those topics that are still going to make the majority of people laugh. And you got to make the women laugh. If you make the women laugh, the guys laugh because the guys want to have sex with the women. And the whole point of them going to the comedy show, these fucking shows we run in the middle of the week, so these guys can get laid. So they bring them to an alternative art form. We need to push that
sluts galore.
Yeah, there is a lot of fun. You get a lot of pussy in comedy. You really do.
But again, what made you get into comedy?
I just fucking wanted to take the plunge. I've always wanted to do it and just fucking did it, man.
But what made you want to do it?
I wanted to make people laugh, and I like making people laugh.
So who was your influence?
My influence as a comedian? George Carlin was always what.
Now, what if Carlin got on stage and he couldn't say half the shit he said because he was worried about offending this crowd?
Well, there's certain stuff George Carlin didn't say. There's like
the 7 dirty words you can't say on TV that he said on TV and got kicked off TV for.
Okay, say for example, you ever heard of the Howard Stern show? There's this guy called Jackie Martling.
Have you ever heard the Howard Stern show?
Jackie Martling had the jokes he used.
Jackie Joke Man Marley.
Yeah, he used to in Penthouse. Always have the Joke Man show every month. He would have his own joke column in there. Half those jokes just wouldn't be funny today, just because it's just a different era. I mean, people like it or not, the Trump presidency for people was traumatic for many people. It's just because there's such hate in the air. You know what I mean?
Well,
we don't see it as white guys. This is off on a tangent here, but there's a lot of hate that people see, and there's such hate on both sides of all these issues. And think of how many people have anxiety issues or taking medications. I know 10, 20, 30 chicks. They're all on anxiety meds. Every chick's fucking just out of their mind with all this shit in this country. They can't deal with life. It's all because the internet, people they're taking stuff too seriously, and it's just some of the hate. There's so much hate out there.
All right, I just wrote a bunch of new jokes.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you one. You guys tell me if it's too far.
Okay.
All right. The joke goes, ladies, since this Me Too movement's going on, guys are going to have to stop talking to you because we don't even know what the hell to say. Next thing, we say one wrong thing, we're going to end up Me too. So you might think that's a good idea now, and it's nice and peaceful, but eventually you're going to fucking batter your vaginas into Tourette's syndrome. You're going to be walking down the street, and that motherfucker's going to go dry, wet orgasm, itchy, dry, wet orgasm. And you're going to be like, what the fuck did I do? Now, you can't blame us because you bought some AA batteries and beat your twat retarded. I'm sorry, it's a PC culture. I mean, retwatted.
There's funny in there.
But is it too far?
There's funny.
There's honestly, I wouldn't even I would turn it more against the incels and the you're familiar with the incel movement. We can get into that for a little bit. We'll go over
what the fuck is an incel?
Oh, is it? No.
Those are pretty much the guys that wanna get with girls and have sex.
Social skills.
No social skills, no game, no communication skills. They want to be with girls, but they just can't.
It stands for involuntary celibate. They call it incel. There's an incel movement. They have all these theories.
So these are the mass shooters you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Very much the mass shooters.
These are the ones that go off the fucking reservation and kill a bunch of people because nobody gave them some vagina.
That guy who, Alex Manashian, who mowed down those people up in Toronto, he was one of these incels. That was when they first started popping off. Watch YouTube videos.
There's so many different fucking categories of people, man. It makes me fucking sick.
Well, their theory, the incel theory, is that there's these guys called Chads, the typical, muff, frat guy, douchebag Abercrombie model type, who the women will always have sex with these guys. That's their target. They want to have sex with as many guys, those guys as possible, just because that's the way they look. That's what they're programmed. Then there's these guys called normies. Those are guys like theoretically, me, Tom, whatever. They, who the women settle down with, they could convince to have a family with. All the while they secretly wanting the Chads and having sex with the Chads. And then below, on that scale, would be the rest of them, the incels. This is theoretically the people who can only eat with, fat trailer park, whatever, stereotypical, kill your life if anything happens. And these guys, man, if it's an interesting dichotomy, man, because if you look at their mental state, they're not really bad looking dudes if you watch the videos and stuff. And Alex Manashian and all that, he probably could have got with a lot of chicks if he would have been sane in the head. But they have such hate for humanity and womanhood and all that, and it's all
disdain.
It's all driven. This is all driven by the Me Too's and the feminism. But they take that the hate and all that, and they take it to the extreme, and that's when they shoot up schools. That's when they drive cars in the crowds because they have no outlet for their freaking sexual frustration.
This is their fault,
right? They're blaming women in society for their sexual frustrations. It's really interesting. We can do a whole show about incels.
These people are fucking retarded.
But we have to acknowledge.
And I know I'm not supposed to say that word on a podcast.
Yes, sir.
But they really are.
No, I hate to because I gotta get.
Oh yeah, good man. We're gonna keep going for a couple more seconds.
Yeah, you can roll if you got to. Man.
All right. Yeah, but these
a couple more seconds.
Well, I was just go for 5-10 more minutes. I don't know. You can take off if you need to go, man.
But it doesn't make sense to me how so super sensitive everybody is.
Well, with these incels, we have to acknowledge them. If the problem is that
it is not my fault. You can't get laid.
Not you have to acknowledge it, but the whole.
You have to acknowledge it and do something about it.
Exactly. This is nobody's talking about this shit.
Dude, you could drive down fucking St. Clair Avenue, spend $20 and get the problem solved.
Yeah, but then you got STDs, and they don't want all that shit.
That's what they make condoms for. You want something to cry about.
That's illegal. That's illegal though, and they do prostitution busts and they get your name on the fucking news and all that. These incels, it's such a not talked about thing.
There's enough most girls out there that'll fucking sleep with anybody.
They don't think like that, and they would do that, but they
don't have the social skills
to talk. They don't have the basic skills to message the chick on Facebook and whatever. Like say their interaction would be with these women would be, okay, hey, what's up, bitch? Or hey, what's going on? Blah blah blah. And then she'd be like, oh, I don't think we're a match or whatever. And they're like, well, fuck you then, bitch. I don't want you anyways. That kind of mentality exists because they're just so jaded. And then they take out all this frustration on these shootings. It's going to happen again. All these shootings is because of this incel movement, man. It really is. It's 80% of it. They just gun control things.
Why does everything have to have a fucking title to it now?
And that's just
you got to put a label on it.
Yeah, you got to put a label.
That's how you define it.
It's that kind of country now. We got Donald Trump as a president. He's the the nickname president.
Nonetheless,
Sleepy Joe, Crazy
here's
Joe.
what I can
shit like
promise. If you come see Don live, you're going to get Don live. If you don't like that, that's your choice. I'm not kissing anybody's ass. I'm not censoring who I am. I'm not changing what I do. I'm going to be me because that is the art form that I love.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just saying the goalposts to move, man. It's just a different society. It's like you going from we're playing in the NFL.
Did you see the meme I posted the other day?
So we're going
about,
to the CFL rules.
It was a guy in a museum,
now.
and they were looking at it, and they were like, this was stand-up comedy. This was killed off in 2012 because everybody started complaining.
I didn't see that one.
And I just typed in, I was like, are you all ready for me to save comedy yet? Because at this point, I feel like I'm Cleveland comedy's only hope. I mean, let's be honest.
Great White Hope.
I'm the great white fat hope. It sucks, man.
Well, I mean, the comedy by nature is a fucking depressing art form, dude. I mean, most comics are fucking, at some stage.
See, I don't buy that shit either. I don't buy that shit either. I am genuinely a happy person in life.
There's a lot
of I enjoy life.
Well, it's a self-deprecating humor too, and there's a lot of people you could see, and I'm not necessarily saying me or you, but you just see in a lot of comics. There's just a lot of emptiness in there. Because there's a lot of comics I see in some of these shows. They should be getting laid, but they just joke about it. I think they joke about getting laid, not getting laid so much that they just set in their head they're never going to get laid. When in reality, dude, you don't even really have to be that good. You could be a 2 or 3 as long as you're clean. If you're a good comic, man,
dude,
you're fucking pulling the tank, dude. Look at fucking that Jim Gaffigan. He's uglier than sin.
You don't have to be
pale.
clean either, though. That's
He's
the thing.
got 5-6 kids,
right? Mm-hmm. You can fucking go to any show right now and pull some.
You just have to have some self-confidence, man, and I think that's what everybody's lacking.
Confidence and fashion.
Everybody has been beat down and to the point where they lack confidence in themselves. I look at the mirror every day and I think Don's the shit. You know why? Because Don's the fucking shit. I don't care what anybody else says. You might think I'm a fat piece of shit. It don't matter to me. Fuck you. Don's the shit. You're just mad because you're mad. Your life sucks. My life is fucking awesome.
All right, we need to. What was
so we didn't get to anything.
We didn't get to shit tonight.
No, before we get close to anything,
the Clintons killed Epstein.
We got to talk about we got to talk about the Cannabis Cup. I didn't really write that.
The Browns are going 0-16.
He's an idiot.
Joe's going to the Cannabis Cup.
No, but the Cannabis Cup is this weekend.
Oh shit!
There's nobody out here who's going to hear that, but yeah, man. If you want to go to the Cannabis Cup, dude, it's like 45. It's up in Michigan. It's a legal marijuana festival. And it's all recreational now, so you don't even need a fucking card. So you can just go up there for the day. They have samples and shit. It's like $45 to the military discount, $55 if you don't have it. Military discount. And it's gonna be. I want to go up there. I'm probably gonna end up fucking not. But if somebody wants to go out there, man.
Why? Why are you not gonna go? What would perceive you not to go?
I don't know if I can't. I don't want to go by myself.
Why not?
Because it's $50 just to hang out by myself.
You're gonna meet somebody down there.
I'll just go get some weed for that. Well, I guess you could do both.
You're not one of these incels or whatever the fuck. You could go out and meet some people.
I know.
You're not a fucking hermit who don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah, well, when Joe talks, everyone listens whether they want to or not.
Right. Yeah, right. We need to talk more about the incel stuff. Watch some videos. Just watch some of the.
I don't know if I really want to.
Well, we can go off more on a tangent, but especially over in like China and Japan, there's a big thing there now where they've had decades of like where they could only have one child and they want to have a boy. So they've got like under the age of 30, it's like 80% male, and so whether they want it or not, they've got a bunch of incels that like
because you're getting all been 20% females,
right? And so the women are basically that do exist are treated like not cash cows, but like cattle to basically their families are like offering them up for these dowries and see which man's got the most money to.
That's fucking. The whole world is fucking sickening anymore.
What's been going on in China too, Pat, is a lot of them chicks he was just talking about, or a lot of them guys, they're going into Africa because the Chinese are big in African infrastructure. So these African workers are marrying or these Chinese male workers are marrying a lot of these African women. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of that. That's gonna be a crazy looking combo.
I sent you all the video of the guy getting hit by the tire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did he live? What happened with that?
I don't know if he lived or not. I was gonna see.
That was bad. That was really bad.
Do you think he lived? Because it looked like it fucked him up
Yeah,
bad.
he looked like
He
really
had a
hard.
concussion if he did live.
I don't know.
Well, honestly,
And the woman standing next to him just looked like, wow, you got fucked up.
the video won't be out. The video won't be out there if the guy didn't live. But they don't want
Not
to.
necessarily. The
Yeah,
beatings on
I
the
don't know.
internet.
I've seen a few.
Yeah, the
Faces of death thing.
snuff films are that's highly illegal. They're not going to do that shit. So, all right, do you got anything coming up this week, man?
Sunday.
Sunday is the game. What was it? GameStop.
Game Zone.
Game
It's
Zone.
not a GameStop. It's some kind. I wish
Best
I would
Buy.
have.
Is that Best Buy?
I could have been more. Hold on. I think I could look up and see what the name is. Give me a second. Here.
Game Day Pub. No.
I think it might be
Game Day Tavern?
Or Game
Game Day.
Zone.
Game
Give
Zone.
me
Fun Zone,
The Reality Recess.
the Fun Zone, and the chicks and the titties and shit.
Memphis Kitty Park.
Funko Land.
You know, I've never been to a strip club.
No shit.
No,
Nope.
we didn't mention strip clubs, but cool.
Good money.
Yeah, strip clubs are kind of.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
Game Day
it's-
Tavern is the name of
There
the
you
show.
go.
Okay.
I'll be there Sunday, dropping some jokes.
What's the date? Sunday. What is that date?
Uh,
so today. What's
Sunday's
today?
the 18th.
Yeah, Sunday's the
Because
18th.
the 25th is my fantasy football.
And we will be having the these are on September 13th, which 3 of the 4 of us will be there for sure, and 3 of the 4 of us will be performing.
I'm nervous, but I'll do it.
You'll be fine.
We gotta
bro.
write. You gotta write like 5 jokes before the end of the week,
Yeah.
and then the rest will spiral. Man, you get 5.
Just put them online, and we'll grade them, and we'll let you know. We'll give you some pointers.
get a good. Make your intro like a good minute and a half, man, about the
All
fucking
right.
Game of Thrones because they're gonna laugh at that shit.
I'm gonna bounce one off you before I leave.
For sure. All right, like and subscribe if you're hearing this after the fact. All these comments are disappearing. So you don't have to see that jackass. It's bullshit.
Lakewood Comedy
It's
sucks.
when you watch
William
on
Hung.
YouTube, you see the comments.
Oh, that's right. William Hung, if you're out there, you want
Lakewood
Yeah.
Comedy sucks, but not half as much as Mickey Farley. Whoever he is, he sucks even worse than Lakewood Comedy.
Why you let him get to you, man? This is what you told me.
I'm
Let
not
him get
saying
to you.
anything. I'm just saying if my name was Mickey Farley, I would try suicide. That's all.
It may not be his
You
name.
want to have all you can eat buffet with the semi-automatic?
It's probably in Eugene.
All right, fellas.
I would hang myself from a ceiling fan with an extension cord.
Remember, you got to turn it to the side.
You walk in the living
You
room and
got to-
just see my feet go.
If you're holding your phone, if you're watching it on your
dark.
phone, you got to turn your phone to the side and see the little
Dark.
button. That's when you like.
Dark
That's when
down.
you like it. But like it too. If we get some more likes, then YouTube likes us more. But we'll see you next week, guys. Go Browns.
Except for Mickey Farley, you do not have to come back.
And remember, get infected.
And